Welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows, where demons gather.
Weed every day. 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 Weed every day.
When the pimp's in the crib, mom, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Smoke weed every day.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows and Megami Tensei Podcast. I'm Rasen.
And I'm Sparky. Happy Easter.
Yeah, well, you seem to be token up already, because it's not only Easter, it's also 420. Fuck yeah. Neither of us do drugs, we're posers. Time to listen to all those Bob Marley MP3s I downloaded over the weekend. Oh man. So, we decided that we're gonna blaze it with some bad fanfiction.
That sounds like a 90s commercial, school special.
Oh man.
Let's blaze it with some drug abuse resistance education. You down?
Gonna listen to some Sublime. Gonna be great. Oh man. So actually, Sparky, before we jump in, what have you been up to? We haven't heard from you since Valentine's Day.
Oh God, really?
Oh well, yeah. Never mind. You're in the SMT1 Let's Play.
Oh yeah.
Aside from that, but
damn.
yeah, since,
Well, not a whole lot. Looking to go buy a place to live, and that's consumed most of my time. Other than that, I'm just working and stuff. Life's pretty uneventful right now. But now the 420 is here,
yeah.
we're gonna change all that.
All right. Yeah. Now that we have these fan fictions. Okay. So I guess we're going to go. I skimmed most of these, so hopefully these are all riffable. But I just kind of scrolled down and I didn't have time to read through all of these 100% because I was just busy preparing for Easter shit. So hopefully these are good, but I guess I'll let you choose again.
You mean bad?
Oh yeah. Shit. Okay. So
Right.
your choices are Push of a Button, Person 4 New Beginning, not Persona 4, Person 4 New Beginning, the Mystery Shadow, Juness, Your Affection, Sheep Dyed Black, Late Night Crimes, or How Teddy Scores with the Ladies.
Let's do that one. Let's do how Teddy scores with the ladies, because every
Okay.
time there's Teddy is involved, there's always something hilarious.
Okay. After the events of Persona, well, first of all, this is from Super Jewish Caesar Girl 4946.
What the hell?
What a name. So
Super Jewish, not just a little bit Jewish. This is like some Hasidic shit going on.
After the events of Persona 4 Arena, Teddy was given a challenge by Atlus. Fuck all 8 of the girls in the main P4A cast or else you don't get to be in P4G. Teddy, of course, accepted. Can Teddy prove his worthiness of returning for Persona 4 Golden? Tune in to Mayanaka TV, same Beartiful time, same Bearific channel. Yes, I know that's getting tedious now, but bear with me. Oh,
Christ's sake.
classic Super Jewish.
So if Atlas gives its creation a challenge, it's like God is telling him to
Pretty
fuck
much.
some girls.
Chapter 1, Yosuke's Bearific Challenge. Yosuke's room, Hanamura residence. In our headcanons, let's pretend this happened after he got spanked by Yosuke. So like this is the day after.
His cheeks are still raw. It stings just enough when he sits down.
Goddamn. It was the 8th of June. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen the other fanfiction / creepypasta bonus episodes that we've done, which I think are 7.5, 11.5, and 20.5, go watch those, because we'll probably reference those a lot. And our jokes probably won't even make sense if you haven't seen those. So yeah, anyways, it was the 8th of June. Yosuke was sitting in his room watching hardcore lesbian porn when he got a call from Teddy.
Another day for Yosuke.
He was butthurt. Oh, yes he was, because he got spanked.
Thanks.
Oh, at the fact that Teddy would dare call him during his Friday fap time, but he picked up his iPhone 7 GS, now in gold, buy please. Damn it.
What the? Whatever.
No comment. Damn it, Ted, I was watching something, Yosuke screeched. Sorry, Yosuke, but I have to tell you about something very important, Teddy said. Well, what is it? Yosuke inquired. Atlus is remaking our game on the PS Vita. It's called Persona 4 Golden, and there's going to be new personas, new social links, and even a cute new male girl too. Or male girl character too, Teddy excitedly burst out. Whoa, you serious? That's awesome. Wait, new character, huh? Brosuke said. Yeah, her name is Marie, and she's... Teddy was cut off before he could finish his Yuri fanboy tangent. So, how is Gyak Gar Russell? I'm breaking up, brah, bye. Yosuke abruptly ended the conversation, completely forgetting that Teddy lived in his basement. Why are they
God,
phone
Yosuke, you're
calling?
so dumb.
Why are they calling then?
I don't know.
Now I can have my sweet revenge. Oh wait, oh no, this is Yosuke. Now I can have my sweet revenge. Teddy, you're going to pay for ruining my Friday fap time. FFT for short. It was clear that Yosuke had a dastardly plan. The gears in his head began to turn as he wrapped his revenge around the P4 Golden release. The next day, Yosuke called Teddy up to his room for a little chat.
Golden release sounds dirty in this concept.
Oh god. So step on up to the plate. Oh god, oh god. You hardly ever talk to me alone anymore, Yosuke. What is it? Teddy asked. Well, I need to talk to you about something, Yosuke awkwardly grumbled. I didn't take your Yuri nurse dojinshis again, Yosuke. I swear to Bowie it was you and Kanji. What? You took my dojins? Why, you little... That's not the point. I need to talk to you about the new character in Persona 4 Golden. Are you going to try schooling with her?
Schooling?
School? No, they're going to remove you from the game and put her in all your parts, Ted. What? How? Why? That would just be unbearable. I don't want to be replaced. I know, man, but they gave a stipulation. If he can fuck all 8 of the main girls in the Persona 4 Arena cast, he can be in the remake, they told me. What? Well, that should be easy. All girls love Teddy, and Teddy loves all girls. Oh, God. Teddy,
This
please.
is so weird.
Yeah. Great, this should be a breeze for you, Ted. You have from tomorrow till the 14th, so get ready, partner. Yosuke pushed Teddy out of the room and told him to work out a little. Teddy was unspeakably nervous about the coming days. Yosuke was, of course, laughing his ass off. He was suffocating from the extreme lack of oxygen going to his lungs. He was literally turning blue until his Hatsune... until his Hatsune Miku blow-up sex doll fell off his head and ceased his laughing fit. I can't believe he actually bought that crap. What a dumbass. Oh god, I can't wait to see the look on his face. See you in 4 days, Ted. Ah ha 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 ha. And so the first chapter ends, and Teddy began his journey from cock-blocked teen to Japan's youngest pimp.
See, the problem with this is that
Everything?
Teddy just is like not sexy. Like whenever I watch your orientation,
I disagree.
He have some incredibly like specific fetish. Like there's nothing sexy possibly about Teddy.
Bear puns?
That's a very niche fetish.
Ice spells?
Again, most people don't like to be cold in that region, but you know, it's not my life.
Well, it gives an excuse to cuddle. Damn it, Sparky, get good at this.
My genitals are cold. Will you cuddle with me? I can barely bear it. You're shrinking into me.
Open up my zipper. No, not that one. Higher, my head. There you go. That
My
one.
penis is in my skull. A lot of people don't know that, though. So I guess you could say I'm going to give you head.
Okay, chapter 2. Two schoolgirls. Oh my fucking god. 2 schoolgirls, 1 bear. Yukiko's room. Amagi Inn. Yukiko had invited Chie over for a sleepover. Chie was outside of Yukiko's room, both of them in their usual crappy attire. Chie greeted Yukiko with a big derpy-ass smile. There.
Hi, Yuki, how you doing?
Yeah. Hi, Yuki, how you doing? She jeered in her usual nasally voice. Oh god, hold on. Hi, Yuki, how are you doing? She jeered in her usual nasally voice. I'm fine, Chie. Come in. Chie walked into Yukiko's, marveling at the beautiful beige walls and shitty I-24i black and white TV in the corner. So are you ready, Yukiko? Chie was cut off by Yukiko kissing her. Wow, that was
At the
fast.
Amagian.
She decided to enjoy their alone time as much as she can, so Chie opened her mouth and wrapped her tongue around Yukiko's. They felt each other's breasts and began to strip each other. Wow, this is really fast. They didn't even say anything.
How I met you know whatever.
They were just about to remove each other's bras when Teddy opened the door.
Oh, Teddy, we're just about to remove each other's bras. What's going on?
Now we can remove yours too. Wait, what? Hey, Yuki-chan, can I talk to... Oh, God, you two are in love? Teddy, how can you just come in here without knocking? Oh, wow, I'm starting to do like this like female Teddy voice now. Holy shit.
God, this is so sexy.
I know. I'm sorry, Yuki-chan. I just need to ask you something, but I think seeing you with Chie-chan just answered my question. Oh, God. Did you just... Did you want to have sex with my Yuki?
What a conclusion to jump to.
Yeah.
Oh, I see you're with Yuki. Did you want to have sex with Yuki? Okay, I guess.
Yes, but I have good reason. Atlus is going to remove me from Persona 4 Golden unless I have sex with you two and the rest of the main female cast from Persona 4 Arena. You honestly expect us to believe a load of bullshit like that? How dare? Yukiko put her finger on Chie's lips, shutting her up. Damn. Chie, I think we
Bitch,
should...
hush.
Chie, I think we should help him. What? Are you saying you don't love me? No, Chie, I still love you. Just hear me out. We would... Whoa. We would like to have a child, right? Oh my god.
You know what? You shouldn't leave Teddy to inseminate you. That's just not a good idea. He's got terrible...
Would it even be human?
I don't know. Is it even possible? Where does he... Where his...
Learn.
Does he produce gametes? Like...
In my fan fiction.
in AU.
Yeah. Yeah, they gasp. Are you saying that? Yes, Teddy, may you be our sperm donor for the evening.
For the evening, not tomorrow, just now. We need a faucet.
Just this one time. Okay. So we're gonna give you this petri dish, and actually no, we can't afford that. Here's an ice cube tray.
We'll just make a few.
Figure it out
We'll just
later.
put them up in there.
What was that rubbing noise coming from your microphone?
I'm cleaning my cell phone.
Okay.
You pervert.
Both Teddy and Chie were shocked and confused at Yukiko's request. Yukiko stared at Teddy with a look of stern reassurance. After about 4 seconds of silence, Teddy removed both his clothing, leaving him completely naked. His nose began to bleed a little, and his cunt destroyer grew 10 inches wide.
The It's kind of like a drill. It has like, it narrows down to the tip, and it's got like
I heard in the new remake of Persona 4 coming out, that's actually his ultimate skill.
Okay, let's come to store.
Yeah, you get it at level 90.
Destroyer. It's just like, it's not even recognizable once, and there's just like flaps of meat and skin everywhere. It's just this kind of saucy residue. It's awful.
Share me, ladies, he commanded. Yukiko and Chie finished stripping each other. Yukiko gave a faint smile and began to suck Teddy's penis.
Well, if it grew 10 inches, how long was it to begin with? Was the thought.
Oh god. Yukiko gave a faint smile and began to suck Teddy's penis. She went for the skin first, dragging her soft tongue from the base of his shaft to the head of his baby maker. Teddy let out a soft gasp. Ah!
Isn't it... Whatever. Whatever.
Just accept it for what it is, Sparky. This is everything you ever wanted and more. Wow, Yuki-chan, you're very good at this. I've practiced on Narukami. This comment drove Chie into her breaking... Yeah, hold on, Narukami, Chie.
Aha, is this our chance?
Narukami, Chie, now Teddy. Holy shit, that's three people in the party.
Well, and Yukiko too. Yeah.
Well, no, this is Yuki.
Yeah, well, it's Yukiko... Okay, yeah, 3. Yukiko, yeah. Teddy, and you.
Yes, Yukiko and herself, even. Her shadow.
Wait, who's eating? Oh, okay, this is Yukiko. Yeah, okay, yes. I thought Chie was still eating. Never mind.
No. She's watching. She's filming. This comment drove Chie to her breaking point. She couldn't bear seeing someone else having sex with her soulmate. She began to eat Yukiko's vagina, filling her with ecstasy. Teddy did seem to
Nom nom nom.
Teddy did seem to notice the girl beneath Yukiko. He was enjoying Yuki's tongue far too much. She began her full blowjob. No, Teddy was overjoyed by this. She stared. No, she started with the first 5 inches and then full on deep throated him. The girls were getting wetter by the second. Seemingly every movement was turning them on more and more.
Yukiko, hydro pump now.
It's super effective. Until Teddy painted Yukiko's face a nice shade of white. Bear kake.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yukiko at this point had almost drowned Chie in her facial. Quick, get to the life raft. Almost drowned.
Imagine this. Like, there's just like feet and feet of this fluid.
Almost drowned.
Mysterious fathoms below.
Oh my god. 10,000 leagues under the Chie. Under the Yukiko, rather. Chie removed her face from Yukiko.
Anchors ahoy.
Chie removed her face from Yukiko's vag and gasped for air.
There was none.
Holy free.
Too much fluid.
Oops. I accidentally hit the back button. Let's see. Getting back. Holy frijoles. That was unbelievable, Yuki-chan. Apparently Chie is Mexican now.
Holy frijoles.
No, oh yeah. All right. No. Oh god. Can I do a Spanish? I'm assuming this is Teddy. Let's see. Spanish Teddy. Holy frijoles. That was unbelievable, Yuki-chan. There we go. We're not done yet, Teddy. We still have an extra activity that's a little more inclusive. Oh, okay. So then you can get like minority groups in there too. Very nice. This is a very progressive fanfiction.
Yes.
Chie got her ass on the bed and Yukiko laid
on the bed, girl, and lay on top of you, gently rub yourself back and forth on Chie.
And Yukiko laid down on top of her, gently rubbing herself back and forth on Chie. Well, Teddy, we're ready. Turn us into mothers. What a way to put it. What happened? What happens if
so
this doesn't work?
Have a baby, you don't even care who or what the father is.
Yeah. Teddy put his mighty cock between the lovely lady's pussies and began to humps. Teddy was speechless while Chie was screaming like a banshee. Yukiko made out with Chie again just to shut her up. Not like either of them minded. Whilst they explored each other's mouth.
Passive aggressive sights ever.
I know, right? Each other's mouth again. Chie licked the pale white spunk off of the walls of Yukiko's mouth. The male and female come being shared by each other's tongues. They were so wet they seemed like they were making Teddy's cocks could become wrinkly. This whole fiasco went on for about 20 minutes until the three of them finally came in flawless unison. Flawless victory!
Synchronized.
Making one hell of a mess on the bed sheets. The trio broke off of each other and Teddy rolled off of the bed.
Jamaican. Making one hell of a mess on the bed sheets.
Yeah, man, 420 mil making a hell of a mess on the bed and thing. Please it. Rastafarian Teddy in the house. Master DJ.
This is the worst story ever.
The trio broke off of each other and Teddy rolled off the bed. Chie and Yukiko shared a what kiss and looked into each other's eyes. Yukiko. I don't know. Yukiko. Chie. Teddy, of course, felt left out by this.
Well, because he rolled off the bed.
Yeah. This is his fault. Well, it was fun, Teddy, but me and Chie would like to have some alone time now. Okay, I understand. Teddy put his clothes back on and left, relieved that he was...
He doesn't wear clothes. Well, maybe. I guess if he's like human Teddy. Never mind.
Maybe he was wearing a tux just to like impress both of them all, just...
Or just like a little cape or something.
A cape, yes. Relieved that he's gone through 2 of the girls in just 1 day. But being double-teamed by lesbians takes its toll, he decided to rest. The next day he would track down Naoto and Rise. Watch out, ladies, Teddy's coming. Oh,
I think Teddy already came. Alrighty.
Do we want to Oh, actually, I think I was debating moving on to another fan fiction because I thought that was more than enough, but it seems like Chapter 7 is about Igus, so...
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I kind of want to see how this...
Teddy wins rebel sexuality.
Hold on. This might be...
Oh, yes.
Oh, no, that's with, That seems to be, Labrys, hold on. Let's find the one with Igus. I'll be right back. Because I want to know how that happens.
Oh, okay. I think this is it.
Yeah. So, Chapter 5, Robots and Dominatrixes Tied Up with Strings. Unknown location, Port Island. Teddy woke up after taking a hard-ass pimp hand to the face about 12 hours ago. It was about 6 a.m. Teddy found himself strapped against a cold concrete wall in a pitch-black room. Holy fuck, what the fuck happened while we were gone?
It's like some Saw shit.
Do you want to play a game? No.
The condom is in your ass.
Oh.
And your
I
ass
can't
has
even
been
reach back.
sewn shut.
Yosuke, you know what to do.
Dig it out with a spoon.
Teddy struggled against the metal bracelets confined him. You mean shackles? Cuffs?
Bracelet.
Metal bracelets? They have a name. They have multiple names, actually. They're not bracelets. Anyways, confining him to the wall. He was crying desperately for help.
No, help me, get me out of this room, oh god, fuck! Holy shit!
After 10 minutes, the room filled with light, blinding Teddy for a little while. When Teddy's eyes adjusted to the light, he saw Mitsairu, Kirijo, and Igus. That's not how you spell Mitsuru. Yeah, that's completely wrong. Kirijo and Igus standing before him. Igus looked about the same, but she was lacking her nostalgia critic tie. Mitsairu. That's wrong, right? Or am I?
Yeah, isn't it usually Mitsuru? Mitsuru? Mitsuru?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was like, holy shit, have I been spelling it wrong this entire time? But no, that's completely wrong. Mitsairu wore a black leather dominatrix suit that revealed her private parts very well.
Not just okay, exceptionally well.
Mm-hmm.
The little arrow points to it.
Ai-chan, Mit-chan, are you two the ones that put me here? Where am I?
Mitsairu smiled coldly. You're on Port Island, Teddy. Labrys wanted to see you.
Labby-chan's here? Why are you keeping me from her?
Labby-chan.
Labby-chan.
Labia.
Well, her wanting to see you doesn't mean we still can't have a good time with you first. Oh, God. Igus was confused. Yeah. I am kind of too at this point. For once in my life, Igus and I have the same emotion.
Figuring out that you're human?
Yes.
Or kind of, sort of?
Yeah, that tends to happen. But you said that you wanted to have him for your own purpose. Oh no, this is Igus.
This is Igus.
Yes.
But you said you wanted to have him for your own purposes. You said nothing about me.
Details. I didn't need to tell you that you were going to be involved past bringing him here, Igus, because the outcome would still be the same. Suck his dick, Igus.
But how dare you?
Igus, you said that you missed the rush of intercourse. Missed? What other times has...
What? Koromaru.
I guess after... Oh! Woof. Well, I've given you the chance to reintroduce yourself to that feeling. Oh, are you gonna...
Oh. What?
Go on, or else I'll deconstruct you and piss on your body.
Oh, okay, that's the ultimatum.
But I'll short circuit. Bzz. Then leave your conscious head to watch the pieces rust.
Well, alright, so all you people listening to this who are into urine, well,
Yeah.
got you covered.
And rust. Igus immediately tore away Teddy's underwear and began oral sex.
I'm
She-
beginning oral sex.
Tears streamed down her face as she sucked Teddy off. Teddy felt awful having an erection, knowing how Igus felt, but she was just so good at this that he just couldn't help it. Teddy started to tear up when he came.
This is the most emotionally scarring
I know.
scenario ever.
Nice job, now swallow it all. I don't want you to miss a single droplet of his spunk. Igus complied and started looking up the excess semen and swallowed it.
Hey, how could you do this to poor Ai-chan? Wouldn't swallowing the scum up her systems? What's wrong with you?
Mitsairu looked agitated. She rubbed Teddy's dick with the front of her shoe. Nothing's wrong with me. I just love watching scum like her and idiots like you in tears. That combined with the natural hotness of seeing two people go it just turns me on like you wouldn't believe. Teddy was mortified at what he was hearing. Mitsairu began to dig her heel into Teddy's testes. Oh, God. Mitsuru let out a horrifying laugh. She began to finger herself and flick the pushy juice into Ayusa's eyes.
That's some aim. Damn, girl.
You see, people like you truly disgust me. Stupid teenagers always thinking that they... During her monologue, Agus got up and destroyed Teddy's restraints. Teddy immediately punched Mitsuru in the face and knocked her down to the ground. Teddy, Mitsuru-san, isn't aware of what... Oh wait, no, there's you.
No, Teddy, Mitsuru-san isn't aware of what she's doing. Sometimes she will just temporarily lose her sanity and, well, the only way we can get her to act like herself is for a man to have sex with her.
Oh, I guess we need someone other than Teddy then.
Oh, that's convenient. Okay.
Yeah. That's quite the personality disorder. Holy shit.
Gesundheit.
I'm the man. Teddy had a highly disappointed look on his face.
Hey guys, am I doing it right?
Hey leader, check this out. That has to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You and me both, Teddy.
But it's true, Teddy. This happened quite a few times before, and there's no reasoning with her when she does it. Please do it. If you don't, then I fear that neither of us will be able to see Labras again.
Upon hearing this, Teddy felt a surge of courage run through him. Okay, I'll do this for Labby-chan. Teddy gave a chilling battle cry as he began fucking Mitsuru faster than a really, really fast thing. Teddy, I'm going berserk! Teddy closed his eyes as Mitsuru began violently kicking and clawing at him. Mitsuru was giving Teddy so many scars that he would have to wear makeup on them for the next 6 months. Mitsuru was screaming for Teddy to fuck off and die, but he would stop at nothing to ensure that he would be able to see Labras again. Teddy couldn't hold back. B began jizzing like a milk fountain inside of Mitsuru.
Who is this person like? She's never.
I don't know.
What a milk fountain? Not just like a fountain, a milk
Fountain.
What the fuck is a milk fountain? What is it? Like, really?
It seemed to be working, though. So, it seemed to be working. Mitsuru was calming down. When Teddy was done, Mitsuru fell asleep. His work here was done, but he still felt tremendous pain. God, that really put me to the test.
Teddy, thank you. This room is 10 meters underground. The ladder to the surface is about 12 feet away from this point. My sister is waiting for you at the coast.
Thanks, Ai-chan. Teddy noticed a pile of clothing near the doorway. Hey, you brought my clothes here, too. You're a real forward thinker, Ai-chan, huh? Ai-chan? Ai-chan, are you okay?
I'm fine. My batteries are just running flat. When Mitsuru-san wakes up, she'll realize what has happened and take me to a recharging station. I'm guessing this is farewell, Teddy.
Goodbye, Ai-chan. I wish you the best. Teddy smiled at the now inactive Igus and got dressed. He hauled ass toward the coast. He got about 3/4 of the way there until he finally tired out and collapsed. He saw a woman dressed in blue. She had silver hair, large golden eyes, and her skin was white as snow. He felt like he had seen this girl somewhere before, but he was too tired to recall. He felt the powerful magical force grab him and draw him towards the strange girl. You look familiar. Oh my. Oh wait, oh no. You look familiar. Oh my. Is that you, Teddy Bear? The strange girl gave him a faint smile. He recognized her now. She was one who rules over power, Elizabeth. I think we're good with this one for now.
Yeah, after that whole milk fountain thing.
Yeah. that was the deal breaker. Okay. So now choose next one. Push of a button, person 4 new beginning, the mystery shadow Juness, your affection, sheep dyed black, or late night crimes.
Choices. Let's do person 4, because
Okay.
I like when people are 4.
Oh
This is
god.
really-
So this is really short, and this isn't even a story actually. I just really wanted to make fun of this person.
So I'll read this. Persona_4. Although
Well, actually, no, we need to read the description.
Oh, all right.
Person
Okay.
four new beginning. It is
By
1 year since the
Stephen
murders
Blade.
by Stephen Blade.
Stephen Blade, no.
Probably related to Stephen King. It is 1 year since the murders in Inaba. For some reason, people are disappearing in Inaba. OC X3 say, go easy on me. First tome, okay?
What?
Yes.
Okay. OC. OC story info. Character name Seth Legion. Legan.
Ligon.
Leegin. What is with all these OCs being called Seth? That makes me think of that guy from the Pawn Show in Detroit. Seth character, Seth Legion. What? This person also has just awful grammar, so I'm going to read this how it actually is, just so you understand.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting you to do. So.
Yeah. Character name Seth Legion, weight 150, height 5'8", black spiky hair, red eyes, scar on right cheek. Weapons can use swords, axes, buster sword, martial arts, magic. Attitude like a big brother, knows a lot in the future, but in the beginning trying to change. Persona names in black and white armor like a samurai. Got 2 long swords on his back. Seth Persona. Can use multiple weapons. Defense use 2 shields. Attacking defense use sword and shield. Attack use buster sword. Seth love interest Risei Fujikawa. Likes Risei, but in the future martial arts. Hanging out with friends. PS3, Xbox. In the beginning has on black pants, white shirt, black shoes. Future gets more because of Risei black shirt with a white dragon on it. White shirt with black dragon on it. And more in the beginning. Seth was raised by 29-year-old named Amy, but one day she was killed. Name Amy, but one day she was killed. She was killed by a gang members. Seth holds grudge to gangs and more. Okay, I'm trying. My spelling sucks. Okay, Stephen Blade, do not mind. Just using my OC. Just ask. Okay.
There's another.
It's all one sentence. Yes. Chapter 2. Sup, me trying to make it better. It is my first time doing a fanfic. Need some time to work some things out. Stephen Blade. I like to some OC's characters. And that's the end. Alright, class, I need you to outline, make a list of characters, and plot outline.
Oh,
and
shit.
if you were going to finish the story, how would you end it? I want this to be double-spaced, at least 2 pages long. I know all the tricks. Don't make the periods larger. Don't add an extra space. I want this in 12-point Times New Roman.
Oh my. I have a feeling like this is like if this is probably like a national treasure type thing where like if you go up to a certain United States monument and recite the first like the first chapter of this, like it'll open up and there you'll just find some like creepy ass Illuminati underground base.
Amy House, where it is, that's where Seth was made.
Fucking Seth. And yeah, I that
wasn't even about anything.
no, it's just everything about it is terrible. Okay. So now we have push of a button, the mystery shadow Juness, your affection, sheep dyed black, or late night crimes.
Ooh, let's do. Oh, I don't have sheep dyed black. I want to do that one. I have to pull it up on that. Sheep dyed black.
Did I send you the link or
Yeah,
did you...
I just didn't load up. I'm doing it right now though.
Okay, I wanted to read this one anyway, so I guess we can just switch off every time.
Sure.
So apparently this one's about Nanako.
Oh, Nanako's up in the bitch.
My name is Nanako Dojima, and I am just a sheep. But that's what I'll tell myself anyway. Rated M for suicide illusions, fucked up dreams, sex, drugs, and murder. This isn't a Persona fic for the lighthearted. Whoops.
Dancing.
When you don't succeed, you give up. That's what she always thought. Doting, waiting for someone to say that she finally did something right. Was there a reason that the world said she was a failure? A reason that she cannot succeed? There is no success in the world, only failures.
Nanako, you suck at watching TV, and you got this question wrong every damn time. Go to your room.
Only thing she's been receiving since he left. Goodbye, Pops. Oh, this isn't even Nanako. Anyways, her name's Nanako at least. That's what it was until she joined her little posse of friends. An insane clown posse of friends. Oh. Rowdy enough to start a riot. Her name was Nanako, pardon, and she is 17. No, that's not fun.
Yeah, I kind of figured this would be one of those.
Oh well, she's gonna be 7 still. She will speak the same as she does in game because why not?
She's actually thousands of years old, but she has the body of a 7-year-old.
Her father died when she was 8, and life has none but chaotic. Her name was Nanako Dojima. She is 17. She is accused of conspiracies to premeditated murder, first-degree murder, gang activity, and treason. Of course, none of these are true, and she'll tell you why, starting now. My name is Nanako Dojima, and I am not a murderer.
Okay.
Today for show and tell. Our story starts in the little town of Inaba, where my high school year begins. Of course, I don't really care about my high school year. It's just the time where you gossip, gossip, and kill again. But I wouldn't know, now would I? That's what the story is about. I made friends quickly, with my shy and enthusiastic nature. I had boys crawling at my feet and girls serving me at my fingertips. And if you'd ever seen me, you would have said that's 100% true. You're thinking, well, when does it get good? Aren't you? Just wait and see, my pet. It's going to be a long ride. Buckle up your seatbelts, kiss your girlfriends goodbye, and send your parents a farewell card, because you're not going back.
That's because Nanako went back.
Gee. It starts after school on the sunniest day of the school year, August 17th. The sun is hot, 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 and girls are fanning under their skirts with reading pamphlets, and boys are scrambling to take a peek. Wow, what a way to describe the
That's
weather.
pathetic.
How would you do that without getting noticed? Like,
Oh, I dropped my books right under your crotch.
while you were fanning.
I hope you didn't see anything.
This day is very important, so you might as well take note. August 17th, scrawled on a
This
piece
will
of...
get senpai to notice me.
Scrawled on a piece of napkin in bright red pen. And no, that's not a metaphor, or simile, or what have you for anything. Go do that, right now. Well, I don't have a napkin.
I actually do.
Oh god,
don't have
or are you
what-
using... Well, I mean, as for
don't-
that Teddy fanfiction.
It's a little wet, but
It'll do. Hopefully the ink doesn't run. I'm sitting on the roof. Oh my... It's always the fucking roof.
what's with the roof? The roof
Every
is
Japanese
on fire. We ain't want no water.
I'm sitting on the roof with a friend of mine. I can't remember his name, but he was the son of the owner of the textile shop. Something akin to that. He wasn't too nice, a bit rough around the edges, but that's how I liked him. A lean, mean, back-talking machine. I had fallen harder than the nerd who committed suicide on the same roof the year before. His last name started with a T, now that I think about it, and his dad's name started with a K. Kanji, or something to the tune of that. His dad was just was just as rough, and if not more, and it was a surprise that he was the one making the cute stuffed toys on the counter when you go in to pay for fabrics or buttons and what have you. You should have seen my face. Priceless. This guy is important too. Go get a map or something with Japan on it and scurry your long-ass fingers to Inaba. Now circle it, with that same red pen.
Actually, demanding a little bit.
I know. Holy shit, Nanako, please. He introduces me to his gang of 5, but their faces are unclear, and their names are even more distorted. Some guy with a brown-haired fellow with a job at UNES. That's all I know, and if my therapist tries to wiggle anything more out of me again, I'll rip her pretty little hair out and her fingernails too. Maybe gouge out her eyes so she won't look at me with those gorgeous little blues that ask me more questions than her mouth does. But anyways, they turn against me and stick their little noses in the air like I was a fragile little porcelain Barbie that you buy for a few $100 at an auction bit. Would you believe it? So I changed. I cut my hair, I tattooed my arms and legs to the point of no return. Even got a few piercings. Needless to say, they bowed down to me like I was a god. I liked the attention. I liked it a lot. God damn, Nanako. Preschool is never the same for you.
She likes it that way.
Next month in September, where the pansy guys are chilling their dicks off and girls would stare and laugh, we are sitting on the roof again, smoking a drag or 3. Oh, 420! Shooting gunshots in the sky. Wait, what?
What is this, like Cabrini Green? A New Year's?
None of the school staff is worried about the fact there are gunshots coming from the rooftop? Holy shit.
All I want to do is take it.
Oh, no. Killing a couple birds, even. Nice shot. We were inseparable. I was the crazy glue keeping the shitty, punky, dysfunctional family together, and we liked it that way. We'd push freshmen around, skip classes, and start food fights just because we liked the rush, and I loved it the most. It was like an injection of adrenaline going up and down my spine every time, and I could never get enough. This is where it ends. This is when the killings start, where my adrenaline runs out and we stare at each other as if to ask each person if they were the ones who did it, if we were the murderer among men and wolf among the sheep. My name is Nanako, and I was just a sheep.
I have no idea what the hell the story is about.
Neither do I, but they never added anything ever again. The idea of ghetto-ass Nanako, it makes me laugh really hard, though.
You know what? In a way, this actually isn't that weird of a concept, I don't think, because from people I've known going through school and stuff, the girl, there's like those kids you go all through school with. They're like in, first grade till you graduate high school.
Yeah.
The ones who always just became just like, you know, mess up their life or whatever, they always start out like really like sweet and innocent. They're like, oh, she turned out like that, or she dropped out, or she's pregnant, or whatever. Like, it's always those ones. And Nanako is, of course, everybody's little sister Chan.
Welcome home,
So,
big bro. Nanako says as she takes another hit of the bong. Oh man.
so it's an interesting concept. I remember I read a fan fiction once. It was about Arthur, and he was like,
There's your problem.
and
Continue.
like his like I think his house burned down or something, and his family got separated. So he was like on hard times. So he went to like a prostitute place that where they were like pimping out little girls, and he wound up like getting Kate, because that's like his little sister, and he couldn't like bring himself to like rape Kate. So I forget how it ended. I think I stopped reading, but it was really weird.
What the fuck?
So we should have an Arthur fan fiction day. If you want, everyone listening, if you want an Arthur fan fiction day, which I know you do, speak up or forever hold your peace.
Oh my. Anyways, okay, so push of a button, the mystery shadow Juness, your affection, or late night crimes.
I'm feeling some late night crimes because
Okay,
it's
you can read this one.
late night. All right, yeah, it's my turn. All right, late night crimes by Pistol Tramp. Akiko ... is a bit of a dick in this ... Basically, Akimina rape time. Not nice rape either. Okay, so
Okay,
this is
what constitutes nice rape?
nice rape.
Because that
Excuse me, miss. If you weren't busy or anything, might I? No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna do this anyway.
yeah, like I don't think that exists. Like
Oh, okay. Just make it quick. I really have to be somewhere.
I'm kind of
Yeah.
concerned about this person's real life view of sexual intercourse consent. But anyways, carry on.
Basically, rape or rape. I own nothing. Warning for rape. P.S. I actually do own a copy of the game. Cool.
So I may be a piece of shit that
Every time I hear it's cool like that, just like cool dot just in Spiceful, I always think of that damn Sears commercial. What's tomorrow gonna be like? Another scorcher. Cool. All right. Anyway, 90s kids will know. Anyway, um, I owe nothing. Yada yada yada. Okay. Minato moaned into the sheets. He knew his current actions couldn't be seen. He had dislodged the cameras in his room, sent Agus to her own room, and Pharaohs had left at least a month ago. And there he was, the team's fearless leader, whining like a bitch in his bed while touching himself. Just another day in the dorm. He shuddered at the thought of any member of his team seeing him like this, even the one that he was thinking about most while stroking himself vigorously. Aki, Hiko, Minato cried out, though rather quietly, lest his dormmates hear his pleasures, into his room. He changed the pace at which he was pumping, and he was nearly at his release, switching to a slow, sensual, caressing pattern, then to a rough, almost masochistic tugging. He heard the voice of his most wanted, and thinking that he was simply replaying some kind of sensual record repeatedly, he moaned once more, Aki, oh, ah. He was just about to come when a low voice filled the heavy air.
Hey there.
Hi, welcome home, big bro.
Oh god. Oh my god, what's going on?
Yes? Minato snapped his eyes open. Sitting up so hurriedly, he was sure he would have a heart attack. Whether from the shock or the embarrassment, he wasn't sure. When he saw the silky, silvery hair, he covered himself. Tears threatened his ducts as he couldn't believe
Quack.
Honk.
Honk.
So his senpai noticed him. See Minato live in the dream. His senpai, leaning against Minato's closed door. When had he come in, grinning at the sight before him? The blue-haired boy covered with a coat of sweat, sitting with nothing but a blanket covering his, well, you know,
Duck.
which was still hard.
Oh god, the duck was still hard.
Which was still hard, might I add, despite being caught with his pants down, so to speak.
Oh,
You little minx. Minato-kun, you seem rather naughty, whining my name over and over, with each over Sonata took a deep... I always want to read that, Sandra. Anyway, Sonata took another step over to Arasato's trembling, bare form.
The bear farm.
Oh, really? The blue net scooted away.
I fucking hate that term.
That is the dumbest shit ever.
I know.
Scooted away as Akihiko kneeled onto the edge of the bed. Minato tried to speak, to explain his actions, but to no avail. He was speechless. Suddenly, the boxer's hand shot out toward the younger, grabbing a fistful of blue locks and yanking them forward roughly. Minato yelped quietly, tears overflowing onto his flushed cheeks with pain. The boy was left hanging by his hair. What kind of cruel torture is that? And his hands were busy making sure the blanket was still covering him sufficiently. He kept his eyes shut tightly. Akihiko dropped his teammate's head into his lap. Go on. Do it. Bring it out. The boy obliged slowly. Shaking, he removed Sonata's numbers from its containment. Hands gripping it uncomfortably.
It was in a Ziploc bag, you know.
Like
for
a
protection.
Tupperware.
Yeah.
Press the seal.
After he saw the Oprah special about the Container Store, Akihiko just had to try it out.
Suck. As the single word was said, Minato's mouth enveloped his senpai's dick.
You see that, Shinji? I've been waiting for
this. He can't say he didn't want this, but then again, it seemed wrong. Not as he'd imagined. Good boy. Harder. The younger obliged, engaging all of his muscles. All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
What a workout.
Enough. Akihiko once again grabbed Arisato's hair, lifting his head. His eyes were still closed, small mouth hanging open delicately, with a single strand of saliva connecting him to the pleasured prick. What the... Ew. He made a quiet noise. On your back, bitch. He threw Minato back by his...
I don't think Akihiko would ever say that in any context. I don't know why. I have a feeling that would never come out of his mouth.
There's a lot of things we didn't think would come out of people's mouths, but they did.
Yeah.
Or into them.
Oh.
Akihiko threw Minato back by his hair and removed the blanket from its resting place. The younger slammed into the bed. His senpai was upon him within seconds, pushing his moist dick into a very
Moist.
dry, just like a desert.
It's soggy.
Just like granules.
His soggy cock.
Covering the smaller mouth with his hand. Minato finally opened his eyes, looking at the elder with tears flowing. Stop crying, you little bitch. You wanted this. The man on top just smirked and began thrusting at a constant, not very slow, pace. Minato cried from behind the obscuring hand. Sonata didn't like that. He began pounding the boy into the boy with more ferocity than he expected. He pulled out just in time to come all over Arisato's abused rear. Said bottom wept blood into the dirty shit.
Oh God.
You shed blood.
Oh God.
Well, its owner whimpered in pain, overwhelming sadness.
Oh jeez.
How did it go so wrong so fast?
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Literally, in the end. With more ferocity than expected, he pulled out okay. Akihiko buttoned his pants while walking to the door. See you tomorrow night, Aristotle.
Oh God.
It's gonna happen again? And with that, Akihiko was gone, leaving Minato sobbing, naked, and abused, on his bed. Yeah, so that is the product of me at 2 in the morning listening to Persona soundtracks. Right? Much? Probably will be continued, depending on the reviews.
Holy fuck! If this is what happens after he listens to he or she listens to the Persona soundtrack, what the fuck happens when this person hears heavy metal?
Up there every day.
You know what this makes me think of? Very creepy stories about rape that I should be writing right now. Like,
what were you thinking about rape before this? Put that on. I'll just, hey, what's up? Oh, no, I'm just thinking about rape.
yeah, like,
so
person's creepy as fuck.
Well, let's read the reviews to see if they were good enough to get him to continue, because he didn't continue. That was it. Continue, please. Please. Continue. The rape scene was hot.
Oh God, fuck that person.
Minato scene get raped. Shocked. Oh, well, keep writing. Thanks for writing. Wow. Yeah, I feel so sorry for Minato-kun, but apparently not enough because I really want you to continue with the story of Sister Shadows, aren't I? Oh, well, we all know we are at some point. Anyways, please continue. Thanks for your hard work. Aku no Tensei, so awesome. You should read to continue this. Actually, I really did not know what I was getting myself into when I clicked on this. I might have understood that if you spelled rape correctly. I was very confused. It's
Oh,
not,
you know that E and the P switched
It-
around. I don't know.
it's not rape, it's rape.
Yeah.
Whoa, crazy, very crazy. Not sure I like the ego, Akihiko. I'd be interested to see what you do if the story continues. Please don't make me now to one of those whiny, I was right, bitches. You know the ones who cut their hair and they cry curled up in the shower and tell their problems to anyone who will listen? Remember, he's a strong leader. XD. Yaoi rape always turns me on. Please write more.
Jesus
Aw,
Christ.
poor Mina. Please
I-
continue the fic.
I,
Well,
I really hope none of these 9 people plus the author ever meet anyone that was actually raped in real life. Fucking
Hey,
disgusting on
they
so
have
many
been
levels.
critically acclaimed and yet not continued.
Critically acclaimed. Yeah, I know. That's
Love.
sadly.
Rape fans everywhere love it.
And they should all die in a fire. Anyways, that is fucking nasty. Anyways, so
That's why they like it.
push. Oh God. You know the sad thing is that's probably part of it.
That's entirely it. There's nothing
Yeah.
even else to think about.
Yeah. So, push of a button, the mystery shadow Junes, or your affection.
After such abuse, I think we need some affection. Let's do it. Your affection.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say that this I checked out the author's other shit, and I think it's a she, whatever, Nagone,
Yay.
constantly writes really fucking short, stupid fanfics, and so one of them that I thought was hilarious is called Neil. So the description for Neil is: some women like to be strong. Chie like to be on her knees.
Okay.
Submission came easy to Chie. It was safe and comforting, and like a familiar place, was home to her. It was the place she ceased being strong and brash. Instead, she became willing and tame, bending under Yukiko's firm hand. As she kneeled, bound with rope, a ball gag in her mouth, drool spilling down her chin. Oh God, that's fucking nasty. She felt so right, so precious. She felt beautiful, assured of her place in their relationship. She was confident in her confinement, despite the growing burn in her knees. Chie's place was at Yukiko's feet, and that's how she liked it. That's the way.
This was so deep.
Yeah, that's she has a lot.
There are many places like it, but this one is mine.
Oh God, let me trying to see because no.
Which is actually interesting because like Chie is like the much more dominant personality. Like her shadow is like, I'll never let her go. So
In bed, everyone's the opposite of what they're really like, Sparky.
especially Teddy.
Yes. No, Teddy's always Teddy.
I'm so neutral. I can invert it if you want.
Oh
I'm
God.
adaptable. I have parts we can all enjoy.
All right, so yeah, just like that author has a bunch of stories like that, and I thought,
Travels.
God, fuck that term. Oh, this one's dedicated to someone. Dedication, user Miss Hanamura. But anyways, this is your affection. Yukiko's first time is hardly what manga and anime would have led her to believe.
Really? Wow.
Wow, who would have thought that tentacles wouldn't be involved?
Warning: anatomically lesbian sex. As opposed to not.
Yeah, I kind of. Why does
What?
that need to be? Why does that?
Is there a different kind of lesbian sex that I somehow went all through high school and college not knowing about?
Yeah, I don't know why that identifier needs to be there. I kind of thought that would kind of just be assumed.
Let's read and find out.
The idea of sex with Chie terrified Yukiko. The very act was terrifying to her, though. The idea that she'd become some carnal being, transcending all sense and sensibility in an act that, based on her research, could last from seconds to hours, terrified Yukiko. More so, it frightened her because she wanted it. The blooming curiosity had happened months ago, shortly after she and Chie started dating. It was a simple, primal curiosity, driven by hormones, yet after the first few thoughts, it had turned truly lustful, driving Yukiko insane. Touches from Chie became amplified. Holding hands made her crave more. Holy shit! Wow, that's pretty pathetic.
Being that desperate.
Yeah, like that's pathetic in every situation. Like whatever.
And then she touched me.
Chie, you touched me in front of everyone.
Why do you have my used Kleenex? I threw that away. It came out of you.
Oh god. Eye contact became inviting and made her feel warm. Chie's jacket had become fodder for Yukiko, exploring the wetness between her thighs when she sniffed it.
Oh, that's just weird.
That's really, that's very specific, but, okay. The very act of kissing threatened to send her into multiple orgasms.
Oh, for Christ's sake, shove like an ice cube up there, girl. Like, that's pathetic. How do you beat that?
Just how could one splooge that easily? Yukiko used hydro
What's wrong,
pump.
Yuki? It's still happening.
Yeah. 10 minutes later.
She's gonna drown again.
Oh. You better bring floaties. So she said Chie's bedroom, thumbing through a notebook filled with notes. Who the fuck writes note? Whatever. Written with the precise of its slightly shaking hand, waiting for the girl to finish her shower. She was able to come to one conclusion. We're gonna engage in sex tonight.
Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low.
It was
Yukiko was just so out of character that it's like not even believable. Like you can imagine any of these characters being horny, but Yukiko was so out of character.
It was a heavy conclusion, one that meant the culmination of months of research, 5 months to be precise, and lots of anime and manga. That's where I go for everything I need to know. She'd found it all online from various websites. Everything from Please to Yamada's First Time had been explored in her quest to figure out the sole concept of sex. She had detailed episodes and manga, down to the seconds or page number, all for the simple act. Oh god, wonder if she used MLA.
Have you ever been so lonely you have no one to talk to about this?
Are these real? Let me Google. I don't know. I'm risking being put on a watch list somewhere, but Yamata's First Time. Yeah, apparently that's the thing.
Wait, really?
Yeah, don't look it up unless you
Well,
want
I have
your-
to.
Yeah, make sure you clear your browser history, but
I'm the only one who uses this computer. First time.
if you look to the right of the Google, if you're using Google, you
Oh, Lord.
you immediately
see.
see tits to the right.
Well, I see something that says rape
Oh.
in the Crunchyroll forum. Oh, it says rape. It's not rape if you yell surprise. Okay, good to know.
Thanks, Crunchyroll forum.
See, Akihiko? You should know that.
Maybe
He
Akihiko
raped
felt
me.
bad.
I said surprise.
Akihiko just kind of shrugs. Akihiko probably is that Crunchyroll member.
You
Anyways,
want some Crunchyroll?
she had detailed episodes and manga down to the seconds or page number, all for the simple act.
Under the image search for this, there's a screen cap with a subtitle that says, and this girl looking all proud with her eyes closed says, I'm a B-cup slut after all. Congrats, girl.
Good job. Click.
Anyway, go on.
Click. Yukiko was torn from her thoughts as Chie's bedroom door opened. Huh? She sat up, hands fumbling as, oh no! The notebook spiraled to the ground in slow motions, propelled forward by Yukiko's nerves until it skittered to the ground in front of Chie. How do you spasm that badly? Oops.
Nobody in the store can, like, just get a grip on themselves.
Oops, Chie said as she kneeled down, innocently picking up the notebook. Wow, studying Yuki? What's... No! Yukiko screamed, but it was too late. Chie's eyes had already glimpsed the pages, quickly scanning the kanji. Giggle. Yukiko... Yukiko felt her heart pause. She cast her eyes upward towards Chie.
Okay, go.
Her lips turned down in a frown. Yuki, Chie's voice began. Soft. Is this... Please don't, Yukiko began. She could feel her cheeks warming up to a bright red. Notes on sex with me? Chie couldn't contain it. She broke, laughter bubbling up out of her, filling the room. Fuck, I scrolled because my damn touchpad on my computer is sensitive as fuck.
The touchpad senpai. I had no idea you were so sensitive.
Okay, anyways, where was I?
Please don't. Is this or
Okay, yeah. Yukiko felt the corners of her eyes sting and she rubbed them hard, trying to remain composed and level-headed. Yes, she said, narrowing in shame. They are. I wanted to make sure I studied well enough for any chances. By now, Chie was settling in next to Yukiko. She slung an arm around about Yukiko's shoulders and felt the girl freeze up. Yukiko, you know that's ridiculous, right? Yukiko rolled her eyes, exhaling sharply. Well, now I do, she said curtly, shifting from under Chie's arms. I'll be packing and heading back home. There's enough light out that I can make it safely on my own. She felt a tear roll down her cheek and she turned away, snatching the notebook from Chie's hands and hugging it to her chest. Yuki, Chie got up, towel still wrapped about her body. Don't be like that. I think it's kind of cute, she said, voice a bit shy. I think it's actually kind of creepy. I'd be kind
yeah, a little bit.
like, even if my significant other did that, I'd be kind of like, yo, that's a little much. Anyways, now you're just trying to make me feel better, Yukiko whispered. Nah, just being honest. You're my girlfriend. I don't have to make you feel better, Chie said, the joke evident in her voice. Yukiko chuckled. Very kawaii. Anyways, Yukiko chuckled softly, tears coming quicker. I didn't want to mess up. I hear so much about girls and their first times in the bathroom every day, so I wanted to make sure I was good enough for you. Why don't you ask the girls in the bathroom then?
Right. So just eavesdropping like a pervert.
Yeah. I like to think between classes, Yukiko's like, oh man, I wonder what I can hear in the bathroom about sex today.
I'm gonna go perv on Sally. The girl gets it on everything.
Chie, Yukiko, Rise, Fuka, Sally.
My first time was alright. I don't remember much of it, and there was some girl who sounded like she was from New Jersey, and I woke up and there were all these thorns between my legs. I don't know.
My first time was with a dog. It involved gunfire. It all started when Junpei sent me a link to a bestiality site.
Junpei's first time. Oh, it all started when I sent Fuka this link to a bestiality
I just didn't want to mess up. Oh wait, okay, I read that already. Chie gently settled them both back onto her bed, pulling Yukiko close again. Yuki, you don't need to study for me to make sure our first time together is special. If I'd have known, we could have tried months ago. Oh, how convenient.
Tried.
Yeah,
Right.
it might have
Didn't
failed.
work. Come on, one more time. Third time's a charm.
Did you read the instructions closely?
They're in Japanese. Oh, wait.
Yukiko nodded, eyes still cast down. Can we try tonight? Chie's face flushed red and she nodded. Altuk said, Hell yeah, we can.
Hell yeah.
Fist pump. With gusto, Chie quickly and effectively pinned Yukiko to the bed. Her lips pressed against the girl's, wanting, desiring, and altogether eager. Altogether eager. Forgot it either. Forgot a D because they lesbians. Oh, anyways. Yukiko. Yukiko felt her sadness quickly fade as she responded, lips eagerly seeking Chie's in what could only be described as a bruising kiss. Oh, wow. That's
Yukiko
just...
rubbed her hands through Chie's thick chest hair. Feel her muscular thigh.
A moan slipped past Yukiko's lip, and Chie took advantage of it, sliding her tongue inside and tasting the sweet, intoxicating flavor of Yukiko. Somehow, Yukiko freed one of her arms and slid into Chie's back. Or slid it to Chie's. Too.
I'm taking your soul and your virginity.
Metal Gear Rising, just pulling out your enemies' spines and absorbing them for energy. Fumbling at the towel until she untucked it, the damp cloth fell free, revealing Chie's toned body.
Seriously, you see the legs on that girl in Persona 4 Arena? Like, smash skulls with those.
Her breast swayed slightly, nipples erect, and her taut stomach flexed.
Flex nipple.
Breath hitching. Yukiko, Chie managed. Yet Yukiko wasn't done. Desire was driving her, and with strength neither girl had known Yukiko had, she flipped them, pining Chie to the bed and sinking her teeth into her neck. Yukiko's a
Ripping
vampire,
the
oh
flesh
shit.
from her bones.
Chie moaned and instantly relaxed, wet arousal blossoming between her now clenched legs. Yukiko shifted her right hand up, palming at Chie's breast, teasingly. I feel so hot, Chie, Yukiko whispered. Yukiko whispered between kisses and licks. Cool me off, my prince. Chie keen nodded, legs falling open as Yukiko nudged a leg between them, knee pressing against her vulva. She pressed it hard, driving it into Chie's crotch, and the girl moaned, wetness growing. Harder, Yuki, Chie cried, back arching off the bed. Yukiko obliged gladly, panting heavily with each hard thrust. Soon Chie's hands were scrambling, yanking impatiently at Yukiko's shrit. Yukiko's shrit!
Rip your shirt off.
Somehow the two managed to get it, and Yukiko's shorts
Wow, it's so
off,
complicated.
and they tossed them aside, letting them land where they may. On top of Teddy. Maybe, oh my god, this could totally be a prequel to the Teddy thing.
Oh, continuity.
Yay. This, the Teddy being spanked, the Teddy looking like the Japanese flag, and the Teddy's having to sleep with all the P4A girls are all in the same world. Confirmed.
Yes.
After what seemed like hours, both girls were nude, save for a pair of simple black panties about Yukiko's hips. The air was sent with the growing smell of arousal, and both Chie and Yukiko were covered in a sheen of sweat. Yuki, I don't mean to be impatient, but... Yukiko nodded, panting heavily. No, I understand. I feel the same. Chie smiled gratefully and opened her legs. The smell of her wetness hit Yukiko's nose, and she nearly came on the spot.
It's happening.
Yet she held back, eager to please and be pleased. With a cautious touch, Yukiko pressed her index finger to Chie's vulva, running it up and down, eliciting
Build the ark, the flood's coming.
elicited shivers and whimpers from the brunette. Once satisfied, and significantly less nervous, Yukiko steeled herself. You know, I'm laughing not because of, like, what's happening, but because of, like, how serious this is taking itself. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's actually, it's insistent upon itself.
Yeah. Yukiko steeled herself, and with two fingers spread Chie's looked. She could now see her clitoris throbbing in time with Chie's racing heart, and the tempting gooey insides of Chie's vagina. Gooey.
Well, that's weird. What did she, like, leave a
Gooey
blow
from,
pop up in there?
Gooey from Kirby's Dream Land 3.
That tongue.
I wonder if there's any gooey fanfics.
I hope to God not.
I hope to God yes. Yuki, if you're still nervous, you don't have to, but Yukiko wasn't going to stop now. She had come too far, and quite honestly, was too aroused to be nervous. So instead of answering, she simply dipped her head down and licked. The first thought that occurred to Yukiko was Chie tasted sweet, like candy and soda. It was
Carbonated, high fructose corn syrup.
It was addictive, and Yukiko's licks sped up in tempo. She quickly realized that she must be decent tasting, because Yukiko showed no signs of stopping. Rather, Yukiko became more and more confident, and after a few minutes of loud laughing, inserted a finger into Chie. Chie clenched down, body flexing.
As Yukiko's wrist was crushed into sand. Ah!
And then Yukiko got a cyborg enhancement arm. Body flexing all over in pleasure and moan, shuddering. Yuki,
Doki.
Itoshi-san. Yuki obliged, thrusting the harder, thumb rubbing Chie's clitoris did unsteady circles. Chie's hips bucked against her face and hand, and for a moment, Yukiko wondered.
She's just like knocking Yukiko in the face with her crotch. Break her nose.
Yukiko wondered if it would.
This is honestly a hilarious image.
It is. Yukiko wondered if it would feel this good when Chie touched her so intimately. That quickly left her mind as Chie's moans grew more and more insistent and louder. Oh, jeez, Yuki.
Oh, jeez, Yuki. Oh, God.
She fumbled for words, yet found her mind covered in a fog thicker than any that had covered Inaba. She felt her hips buck once, twice, thrice more before Yukiko! Chia's orgasm came quick and hard, and she gushed and puffed, and she blew the house down. No, the inside of her thighs, and Yukiko's face and hands covered in a thin, slightly salty fluid. Yukiko shifted, face gra- face growing slightly sticky as Chia rode out her orgasm, shaking and shivering on the bed. Wow! Yukiko whispered, eyes wide with wonder. I thump! And she was knocked out. Uh, once more, Chia had shifted their positions, this time pushing Yukiko down eagerly. My turn now, she said, eyes bright with arousal. Yukiko barely could get a word in edgewise before Chia's head dipped between her legs and began licking. To be honest, she felt better than she thought she had made Chia feel. Chia's tongue was so wonderful, so hot, that Yukiko could barely contain her eager moans. She could only be thankful that Chia's parents were away on a third honeymoon, and that the house was empty because the sounds coming out of her, so vicious, so loud, surely would have led them to discovering in a very lewd being discovered in a very lewd position. As Chia's tongue delved inside of Yukiko, she felt her whole world focus onto that sole sensation. Her gut coiled and uncoiled, each time tighter and tighter, tighter and tighter, until she felt as wound up as a spring. And when she pressed her thumb hard to Yukiko's clitoris, she felt her whole being spiral. Is this a Gurren Lagann crossover?
Yeah. This is a very
My
odd
tongue
way
is
to
the tongue that
describe.
will pierce the Yukiko. As you were saying,
I don't even know what I was saying. It's just this is a very weird way, like most of these,
yeah,
a very weird way
it's
to
just it takes
describe
itself so
human body.
seriously.
Yeah, like
And and as she shouted and moaned out her orgasm, she felt her body sink into the bed. Literally sink because of the fluid everywhere. Yukiko didn't remember when Chie crawled up next to her, body sticky with sweat, nor did she remember Chie wrapping them up in a blanket. All that exists was Chie's affection and kindness and growing love in her heart towards her partner and the sleepy feeling her. And that was certainly something her notes could never capture.
well, that was romantic.
Oh, there's one review. Yay, another one. Oh, this is from the person that it was dedicated to. Yay, another one. Haha, I knew this was coming, but I was still excited to see it. Plus, who doesn't like seeing their names on screen? For First off, I like that you chose to write this from Yukiko's POV, as your other two seem to be more from Chie's. It gives great insight on into her character, which I thought you pretty much nailed. I could definitely see her being apprehensive the first time and wanting to figure everything out before jumping right in. I think that's why this one might be my favorite of the three you've written so far. The exchange between them is believable. You know how to characterize them with just dialogue alone, and that's what makes this so realistic. You didn't butcher their personalities. Even when you got to the explicit part, Chie/Yukiko will always be one of my OTPs from the game, and I think that you do the pair justice. As long as you keep writing stories about them, I'll keep giving you my support.
Well, okay, so there's an ultimatum. The minute she stops writing them, Miss Hanamura's support is gone.
Uh-oh, can't have that happening.
Uh-oh.
Anyways,
Trouble in about.
do you wanna okay, I think the way we should go about doing this is do push of a button first and then finish it off with the mystery shadow Junas. But my throat's a little sore. Do you mind taking both of them? I'm still sick.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, but
Ain't no thing. I like doing a job.
okay, okay.
All right. So next up we have Push of a Button, by Goru29. This was. Oh, let's see the year on here. I was gonna say when it was published. Sometimes those are interesting. I don't know if I ever mentioned.
Published March 16th.
This
is the month
year,
old.
probably.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of interesting, like if you go back to certain. I think I mentioned this on here before. To like just like pick some old RPG and like see when people were like writing about these. Some of these fan fictions are like over a decade old.
Yeah.
It kind of puts things into perspective. But anyway, I guess curiosity is the hot springs changes the fate of one of her friends and herself and will bind them in unexpected ways. Not that either of them minds this, of course. So, Fuka slash Igus, push of a button. Igus point of view. The date is November 19th, 2009. I have been invited by Mitsuro-san. Alright, try to read this whole thing in Igus voice.
Yes.
Alright. The date is November 2009. I have been invited by Mitsuru-san to the hot springs of a hotel we are currently staying in. While I am not effective with water, the levels of the hot spring only reach up a bit lower than my knees. I find it acceptable to join my friends, as the water will not be a threat to me and to the others. Arriving at the hot springs, I find Mitsuru-san, Yukari-san, and Fuka-san all wrapped up in what appears to be a towel. What appears to be a towel.
It could be a snake.
A blanket, a shawl, an afghan. It seems they have It seems they have discarded their clothing for some unexplained reason and are now what they call naked. I do not see much of a difference aside from more exposed skin, as Yukari-san calls it. I do not mind this exposure and jump along my friends to the hot springs. At first we swore we heard noises and what appeared in my sensors as whispers, but after a thorough check of the springs it appears we are alone. The four of us relax and talk for a while, and at some point Yukari-san and the others took their towels off and put them on the rock in order to bathe. I see. Analyzing the body, this must be the primal form of humans, what Junpei-san, I believe, calls naked.
He the man.
It
I guess let me tell you a little bit about sex.
You mean when you touch that spot? Yeah. Wait, what?
I guess was curious after the Koromaru Fuka incident and needed a little education, so Junpei took it upon himself.
I don't feel anything.
The bestiality site that Junpei emailed was actually for Igus to read over.
She had the right plugins. It is interesting, but something called my attention, and I turned to Fuka. Fuka-san. I look down and point to the odd round hole in the middle of her body. What is that? Oh. Fuka smiled at me, happy to answer my question. That's a belly button, I guess. Button. I tilt my head in curiosity.
Why didn't you get it pierced yet, like all the other girls down by the shore? Fuka, you're never gonna get noticed by senpai at this rate.
Ah, so it activates something? Well, not really. Ah. I decided to press the button for my own analysis, and my finding proved to be strange. Fuka-san let out a strange sound from her mouth, and I can tell that her body heat increased. I still don't understand what the button does. I decided to press it again, despite Fuka-san telling me not to. She lets out the same sound and looks at me with a look I do not recognize in my database. I try again, but Fuka puts her hand in the way. No, I guess, don't, not here. What?
Oh God!
What?
Holy shit!
Fuka, don't jump to conclusions. Is that
Well,
how Fuka?
after the Koromaru incident, maybe she's a little on
Ev-
edge.
Everything is volatile for her.
Okay, hold on. What's with Fuka and all these fan fiction being put in these types of situations?
Yeah, no one ever just like goes at it with Fuka. Everyone just has to like violate her in some strange and orthodox way.
Like, Jesus, in all of these.
She says to me in a hushed tone. I detect that she is nervous. I do not comprehend why though. Did I press the button wrong then? Maybe it needs to be pressed in a particular manner in order for its function to work properly. I decided to pry her for more information.
Activating penis mode.
Penis engaged. Fuka-san, nothing has changed with you. Is your belly button not working properly? I asked. I noticed her body heat increased again, particularly around her cheeks. It doesn't do anything, I guess. It's difficult to explain, but it's just part of the human body. So, it is a decoration? Fuka nods to me. I see. I nod back in understanding. I find it bizarre, but nevertheless, thank you for your help, Fuka-san. Oh, sure, I guess. I noticed Fuka quickly pick up her towel and run off in a hurry. I decide to go rest as well and leave the springs. Come to think of it, I turn around and I do not see Mitsuru-san or Yukari-san. return from behind the rock. I do not detect anything unusual aside from the water making some odd ripple waves near the rock. It must be the small waterfall behind it where they went to. I leave the spring to prepare for our departure the next day. Over the course of a few weeks later, I noticed that Fuka kept glancing at me, but never approaches me. It confused me. After much deliberation, I decided to ask Junpei-san for help.
Just the person to ask.
He grinned. No
Well,
reason why.
I like to think that Fuka one of these days just like she's alone on her laptop in the dorm and Igus is just kind of standing there. Then like Fuka like glances over at the peanut butter and like I wonder if I could repeat that, but with Igus.
Junpei, I need to experiment. Yeah, that's rape. Surprise.
Oh, we're terrible.
Anyway,
I read this on Crunchyroll once.
it's not okay, I guess. Yes, it is. The crunchy roll told me so.
No one fucks with the Crunchyroll. That roll was very, very crunchy, just like my
Ah.
detachable legs.
He grinned for reasons unknown to me. You see, I guess Fuka is, uh... He whistled for a moment. She's in need of protection. He winks. Special protection. I ask at the protection. Junpei nods. I see. I desire to protect her then. How can I be by her side then? Junpei-san looks at me with a strange smile and tells me that I need to press my lips against Fuka-san and lock them together for a few seconds. What
Just
is
fucking Junpei. What a dick. And all of these, yeah, that's
I is so
another.
damn gullible.
That's another
She's
thing.
bleeding, is it okay? Yeah, just keep doing that.
That's another thing in all these fics. Junpei solely exists just to be that one guy that causes all these.
Sexual troll.
Yeah, pretty much. Continue.
Um, he, who, a second. A strange way to protect someone, I admit, but if Fuka-san needs protection, I desire to offer my services. Thanking Junpei, I leave for Fuka-san's room and knock on the door. Who is it? I hear Fuka-san's voice calling out from behind the door. It is I, guess, I answer. For a few seconds, everything is quiet, and Fuka-san opens the door. Hi, I guess. She greets me with a stutter. She seems nervous and does not make eye contact with me. Regardless, I offer my services and press my lips against Fuka-san's for a few seconds before pulling away. It seems Junpei-san's tips worked. I detect a lot of body heat from Fuka-san. Fuka-san, I desire to be by your side. Will you let me protect you? I say, in hopes that she accepts her need for my protection. Fuka looks at me with wide eyes, and her cheeks are a strong red color, but she nods and grabs my hand, pulling me into her room and closing the door behind me. She has nice decorations. Like her name, she has quite the garden of flowers. She must take good care of them. Fuka and I sit down on her bed, and she looks at me as if confused on what to do. Ha, I guess this is a bit sudden, but I do like you a lot, too. I like you too, Fuka-san. It is true after all, and my words seem to make Fuka-san happy as she hugs me. Never leave my side. I smile and hug her back. It makes her feel comfortable. I believe I will not leave you, Fuka-san. I promise you that. God, Fuka is so fucking pathetic in all these stories.
Fuko, you better not install Linux on that robot.
D-man. You know who is surprisingly absent from these is Ken.
Good.
Like,
Good.
I make it like no one put Koromaru and Ken together, really.
Good. You know, the sad thing is that probably exists, but I'm too afraid to look that up, so.
Or Shinji and Ken. Like, come on, this has to exist.
That probably does exist.
You great my mom. Surprise. Fu okay. Fuka pressed her lips against my own and cuddles in my arms and rests her head in my chest. We stay like this for a while, and I do not mind. I am protecting Fuka-san, and I will not falter in my duty. Well, that's that one. Kind of vanilla. All the like things that you could have poked on Fuka, and that have been poked in the past by various parties.
The idea that Fuka is like so bothered by the fact I just poked her belly button is infinitely hilarious to me. Like,
But people like have like romantic relationships with this robot. I guess is the worst character like in this. I'm sure someone loves Igus is gonna hate me for that, but I just find Igus to be awful. Who the hell equips legs?
anyways, carrying on to the Mystery Shadow Judas. Now this one I scrolled the most, and it's 5 chapters, so it's kind of long. But I think we need to read all 5 because I scrolled through and seems pretty interesting. Anyways, I'll read the description just to give
Okay.
you a quick breather before you read. So this is the Mystery Shadow Junes. It's a Scooby Doo Persona crossover.
Oh Jesus.
It's by Minor Steve, and the description is: after graduating high school, Yu Narukami and his friends start up their own mystery solving group. Spooking activity at a rural Junes bring them to the town of Iwanomezawa, while they meet another mystery group also trying to solve this case. Will these two groups groove together and get this case solved? Read more to find out.
I hope they don't.
Yeah.
Anyway. Like Scoop, it was a cool September morning. Oh. It was a cool September morning as the Izanagi Incorporated van drove past the backdrop of farmland. Yu Narukami yawned as he tried his best to stay awake. He had been driving for several hours now, and his friends had all fallen asleep during the night. With nothing else to entertain him, Yu decided to run through the new case again. Since graduating from high school, Yu and his friends from Inaba had started their own mystery-solving group. With Naota in charge of picking out their cases, they had traveled across Japan solving all sorts of mysteries. Primarily, though, they were looking out for suspected shadow activity. Sadly, they had not run into any activity until now. Naota had come running into their small office on the outskirts of Tokyo just as everyone was getting ready to leave for the day. It would seem I have finally found a mystery worthy of our special talent, she said with a small smile spreading across her face. A small town off of Yorihonjo City in the Akita Prefecture had run into a bit of trouble. Junes has recently built a store in their town, and that Junes is reporting disturbing occurrences. Every morning they open this door to see if it had been ransacked, refrigerators unplugged so food spoils, find china smashed on the ground, and packages ripped open. No
Oh
offense,
man.
Naota, but this sounds just like another boring case. It's probably just a bunch of kids having fun trashing the place, besides Yosuke. He is leaning back on his chair, focused more on balancing the pence on his nose and listening to Naota explain yet another lame case. Normally, I'd be inclined to agree with you, Yosuke. In fact, before I watched this, Naota holds up a VHS tape. I was thinking the same thing. Wait a minute, interrupted Kanji. You mean to tell me that we are a VHS player? Why the hell didn't they send us a DVD like normal people? For the love of steak, Kanji, we have
Love of
explained to you
steak.
several times that all stores can afford digital security cameras, shouted Chie as she pounded her fist into her desk.
Ugh.
She pounds her fist into a lot of things, don't she?
Yeah, she does.
Times have
Yukiko
also...
knows.
So is Yosuke. But especially Koromaru.
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is Junes. They can afford the damn Imperial Palace if they want, if they fucking want to. Counter Kanji. He stared at Chie, daring her to find a comeback. They're cheap bastards. What do you want? Yosuke finally said, after the staring contest between the two had become unbearable to stand.
Oh. Unfair.
Oh, you guys. Naota coughed slightly in her hand. Yes, well, if we could. Get back on topic. Kanji and Chie eventually gave in and focused as Naota started to play the video. As the tape started, they immediately went to the electronics department. They watched as the store closed and all the lights were turned off. A few minutes later, they see movement in the far corner of the screen. Black shape sweeps from the TV section and down the aisle to the rest of the store. After a minute or so, several more shadowy shapes make their way across the department. Shaming can be heard in the distance. Oh,
Shaming.
shaming. Fat shaming. Holy crap. It's really shadows. Yosuke barely said over a whisper. The group silently stared at the screen as a realization dawns on them. They finally have a case of shadow activity.
Looks like they got a mystery on their hands.
Let's split up, gang. Everyone's sexy go with this group. The rest of you go with the dog. Alright, chapter 2. It wasn't even an hour later that the team had reassembled back at the office. There was an excitement in the air that they hadn't felt since the first mystery back in Inaba. Alright everybody, this is going to be a long trip. According to the GPS, we have at least a 7-hour drive from here to Iwanomezawa. From what I can tell on the map, there will be nowhere to eat on the way and anywhere to stop for a bathroom break. The town is more isolated than even Inaba. Yu droned on, trying to hide his excitement. No matter how excited...
Whoa, apparently you really like small towns.
God, I love not being able to go to the bathroom for 7 hours.
Yeah.
Fuck the city.
Niche fetish.
Oh, you have to go, Yosuke? You have to go? No, I can hold it. You sure? You sure?
You can go in the back of the van if you want.
Let's go, partner. Also, well, I don't mind driving the whole way, but I'm going to need a lot of coffee. Gas station it is then, boss, shouted Teddy. Unlike you, he had no reason to hide his excitement, and he was displaying in full force. The whole gang packed themselves up in the Toyota Hayachi. I don't know much about cars. Some Japanese car, right, Smarter? It was one of the major splurges they had made since starting their company. They left it solid black, so it would move through the night like shadows they love to chase. That's not a bad line. Everyone ready? You asked while turning on the car. Yes, the group shouted in unison.
Literally turning on the car, making the car all hot and flustered.
That exhaust pipe. Yes, the group shouted in unison. With that, you pulled out of their parking lot and into the night. Why does a company with one car in a whole parking lot? Which left you in his current situation, a car full of sleeping friends in another hour until he reached a small town. Wow, 6 hours goes fast. He could only hope the town would have a small inn he could crash at until the sun rose. Eventually, he exited the highway and turned onto a rather wide street he knew was the main street for Iwanomezawa. Let's just name it something. Something mystery bird.
Chicago.
Chicago. The main street for Chicago. It's corner of Clark and LaSalle. Finally, I can rest, breathed you. Next to him, Yukiko stirred awake. Are we there yet? She asked while stretching. Almost. Another 10 minutes until we reach the inn. I only hope the GPS is right and it actually exists. Tired, I could take over finding the inn if you want to just rest your eyes for a bit, offered Yukiko. I'll be fine, love. What? I'll be fine. I'll be fine, love.
Yeah,
Longer. Oh, that changed it.
You is now British.
You and Yukiko had been together for 2 years now. It was strange how much sense they had just made together. Even in the silence of the car, they felt an intimate calm between them. Surprisingly, the inn was there, just as the GPS said. You went inside to book them all rooms for a week, while Yukiko tried her best to wake up her friends. Well, it took a bit to wake up the innkeeper, but we are good to go on our rooms. They're unsurprisingly all available. You said while walking back to the van. The group was still trying to stretch out their sore muscles and only managed grumbles in response. How many rooms did you manage to procure? Asked Naoto, yawning. They only have 4, and we have them all. You handed out the keys to his friends and watched them file into the rooms with a sleepy shuffle. Then turned to Yukiko. Shall we go to our room then? I know I could certainly use to sleep. Yukiko simply shook her head. This is why you should share the driving responsibilities. You snorted. And what? Let someone else drive my car? I couldn't imagine anything more unmanly. Yukiko rolled her eyes and led the way into their room. Her boyfriend could be amazingly stubborn when it came to his pride. She counted it as his only fault.
Other than that, perfect human being.
Perfect. Practically perfect in every way. They entered the small room and quickly drifted to sleep. The sun was shining brightly through the inn's windows. For you, the morning could have taken its time in coming today. As he laid in bed, Yukiko's soft breathing could be heard. Obviously, she was still sleepy. You wished he could roll back over and join her. He heard the bed in the room next groan. The room next groan. Weird
The room was
sentence.
groaning. The room was groaning.
Apparently so. Naoto was already awake and moving. You knew he could no longer stay in bed now. What, just because Naoto is moving, you can't stay in bed? What kind of leader would he be if he let his teammates be prepared before him? He quickly washed his face in a small bathroom and got dressed in a simple polo shirt with relaxed slacks. There was no point in getting his nice clothes dirty in this rural town. He slipped out of the door as quiet as he could, as not to wake up Yukiko. "Good morning. I hope you slept well and are mentally refreshed," Naoto said from behind him. If not for his strong discipline, you would have jumped out of his skin from the surprise. Good morning, Naoto. I did in fact sleep well. As for feeling refreshed, that had yet to be determined. Are the others still sleeping? Ah, yes. Chie and Rise are still deep in sleep. We haven't heard from Rise yet. I didn't hear
Yeah.
any movements from the other two rooms, so I can only assume that they are also still asleep. Naoto smiled finally back at the guy's room. A small romance had been brewing between her and Kanji, but she wasn't doing her best to try to hide it. Only you was let in on what was happening. Shall we find breakfast for everyone, then? It'll give us a good look around the town while we wait for them, Luke suggested. He wanted to keep moving, so sleep wouldn't claim him. That sounds good to me. I can actually see the Junas from here. Shall we head there or try some of the local shops? Naoto said while staring, the only building in town more than 2 stories. Why Junas had decided to open a shop in this one-horse town was beyond them. I think the others would kill us if we went to the crime scene before them, even if it was for food. I think I see a small market down the street. Let's start there. 2 blocks from the inn was in fact the town's shopping district. It had only a handful of shops, 1 general store, 1 bookstore, a small clothing shop, 2 noodle carts, and a decent grocery market. The whole area barely spanned the block. Thankfully, it was a farm town, so the market was already open this early. Naoto and Yu picked up some food from the grocery store to bring back with them. Even for a small town, the market wasn't very busy. "Do I do somewhere?" Yu asked as they walked back to the inn. Yes, the same thing happened to Inaba's local shop when Junes moved in. I can only imagine the resentment in the brewery. Naoto said in a low whisper. She didn't want to risk the locals knowing why they were here just yet. It wouldn't help their
Outsiders, get out.
We don't welcome your kind here.
You're too kawaii for these here parts.
By the time they got to the inn, those were awake and thankful for the waiting breakfast. Well, they ate Naoto and you.
They ate
They
Naoto and
ate
you.
Naoto and you. Yeah, see, comms are important. Anyway, well, they ate Naoto and you, filled them in about the state of the local market. I'm just glad that's not my store this time. Being hated by locals isn't what I call fun, grumbled Yosuke between bites of his apple.
You call us partners, but you ain't our partner at all, son.
Domestic partners. Once breakfast was finished, the group decided to walk to Junes. The town didn't exactly merit the use of their van. Really? In less than 10 minutes, they were climbing up the slight hill leading up to the giant department store. It stood alone. All the other neighboring buildings had been demolished or reconstructed. Upon their arrival, they noticed another group that clearly didn't belong to the area hanging out in the Junes lobby. The group contained a beautiful red-haired girl wearing a stylish sweater dress, a handsome young man who also adorned in fashionable garb, a skinny guy wearing a t-shirt and jeans, a young woman in a heavy sweater and short skirt, and lastly, a large dog. The group stood out so sharply in Japan, let alone rural Japan, that you couldn't help but want to know what brought them here. As he started to approach the older man in a crisp clean suit exited the elevator to the left. "Ah, here you are. I am Nagamo Hajime, the manager of Junes, Izanagi Incorporated. I would like you to meet Mystery Incorporated. Due to the severity of the case, we have hired both of you to handle this case. I hope we will all get along well. Shall we go to my office?" said Nagamo. With that, he turned on a dime and headed to the elevator, waiting patiently for everyone to follow him. You looked over at the other group. He felt Yukiko leaning against him. She whispered quietly as she could, pointing directly at the group's redhead. "This just keeps getting more and more exciting, huh?" Watching the young woman's ass sway under her dress, you just couldn't help but agree. Really?
And just like that, this fanfiction went from being innocent and slightly, normal to one of the
Badass.
worst things ever. And it continues. Carry on. Chapter 3.
Face mixing. Alrighty. Chapter 3. Alrighty. Nagamo's office was a tight fit for the 12 young adults and the dog. Clearly, Nagamo hadn't given much thought to the meeting place. The stress of the situation was starting to break down his usual organized self. "Well, now that we are all here, I guess I should make it short for, comfort's sake." Nagamo cleared his throat. He did his best to organize his thoughts. As I'm sure you are all aware, we have been dealing with a bizarre set of events. We have been experiencing this for the past month. "Sir, if I may interject," interrupted the young woman wearing a large sweater. Nagamo nodded his approval for her to continue. "If this had been happening for a month now, Why haven't you just placed guards in the store at night? I'm sure they could handle these pranksters. Velma, am I right? The young woman nodded. Of course we've tried placing guards here at night. It was the first thing we did after the first night of vandalism. Unfortunately, it had been to no avail. All our guards never see anything. We even had them standing in the electronics department the whole night. You can watch the video. These creatures just move right past our guards, and the guards never saw them. So they are invisible to the human eye, but visible to the camera screen, Naoto said, musing. I highly doubt they're truly invisible. Such a thing isn't physically possible. They are more likely using a lack of light to hide in plain sight, added Velma. Yes, well that makes more sense from the logical point. I have learned that logic doesn't always apply. Naoto then switched her attention back to Nagamo. Sir, if you don't mind, I would like to start by looking at the electronics department. Unless, of course, there's more you'd like to add? No, but if you have any questions while you investigate, I will be in my office all day. I will make myself available as possible. With the two teams filed out the small office. With that, the two teams filed out in the small office. Golly, this is a scary one, eh, Scoob? The young man said. The young man in the t-shirt.
Reggie, I'm horny already.
Scooby-Doo X Koromaru. Thanks for keeping the same
Not the
species.
peanut butter, not the peanut butter.
Will you do it for 2 Scooby snacks? Oh, I don't know. That's a lot.
Fuka, I didn't know you like dog food, but then again, you are a bitch.
You're garbage, Fruka.
Garbage.
Garbage. Your muff is garbage. To the surprise of the Izanagi group, the man was speaking to the large dog by his side, who was eagerly nodding his head in agreement. The more attractive man of the group decided...
Oh shit, shots fired.
Oh, shoot. Fred got it going on. It looks like we're working together in this case. I am Freddy, and this here is Daphne. You've already learned Velma's name, and this is Shaggy and our dog, Scooby-Doo. Freddy then extended his hand toward you. You smiled and made sure to give as firm of a handshake as possible that his tired arm could muster. It's a pleasure to meet you, Freddy. I am you. This is Naoto, Kanji, Yukiko, Chie, Yosuke, Teddy, and lastly, Rise. Each member of the group gave a small wave as their name was listed. With introductions out of the way, the teams made their way to the electronics department. The mystery team slowly examined the surrounding hallway and the entrance of the department. Meanwhile, the Izanagi team made a beeline for the TV display. It's exactly like our old Junes. Wow, does this bring back some memories, Chie exclaimed. That's because Junes is too cheap and boring to come up with an original design. Yosuke retorted bitterly. Man, you haven't worked there in years. Let it go, said Kanji. You have to forgive Yosuke. He barely survived the experience, laughed Teddy, causing everyone else to lose interest in the conversation and turn back to Naoto. Naoto had been using her time wisely. While the others talked, she had been examining every detail of the displays. It's remarkably colder in this part of the room, she mumbled under her breath. That's because of the air vent right behind the biggest TV. You can see it from this angle. No one had realized that Velma had even joined in with the group. It's kind of a stupid place to put a vent, honestly. With that being said, Velma turned her full attention to Naoto. So I can assume from what you said back in the office, you have experience with this sort of occurrence before? As she finished speaking, Velma leaned ever so slightly toward her, with her arms behind her back, acting like an anchor. If you would like to know, we would gladly explain to you and your whole team. We came here because we have had a run with these shadowy creatures before. Shall we find somewhere we can sit and talk? It's a long story, explained Yu. He knew no one else on his team would offer up any information unless he did so himself. As far as Yu was concerned, this new group had just as much right to know what they were getting into. It was worth the time it would take to explain.
So play this PS2 game real quick, or Vita. Depends on what console you have, and then come back and we'll talk. Then you can work with us.
How come there's no Scooby-Doo fighting game?
That we know of.
No. Someone get on this.
Fatality. Ruh-roh.
Yeah, to figure out where I left off. Okay. An hour later, you and his friends had recounted their experiences in Indaba to the mystery authority team. A heavy silence fell over the air while the group tried to absorb all this new information they were given. Finally, Shaggy broke the silence. So, those shadowy things, they, really killed people? Shaggy gulped loudly. Oh, Scoob, what have we got ourselves into this time? After another moment of silence, you decided they had enough time to get their heads around this. Okay, so I feel the best strategy will be to break up into groups of 3. Here we go. This way, each group has at least one member of my team in time. I don't feel safe having you guys going around unprotected from those monsters. You saw Yukiko wink at him from the corner of his eye. He took a deep breath. Group 1 will be myself, Yukiko, and Daphne. Of course.
Good shit.
We will. You can't break up Daphne and Fred. Anyway. We will check
Now
out.
he does.
We will check out the grocery department. Group 2 will be Yosuke, Teddy,
So we
and
can get the peanut butter, of course.
like keeping them in line. You guys can interview the locals and see what they know. Group 3 will be Freddy, Shaggy, and Chie. I would like you guys to question the Juna staff. Last group will be Naota, Kanji, and Scooby-Doo. I want you guys to focus on the electronics department and review the security tapes. Lucy, I need you back at the end scanning for any shadow activity and keeping us connected. Everyone's got it? The group nodded and broke off into groups. You looked at Yukiko and had to admit he was a bit frightened. It was never a good idea to see a devil smile on his angel's face.
Oh God.
Really,
This is.
Yukiko's so often out of character in these.
Yeah.
Like, I could take a sip of something here.
Something. Oh God.
Need something of water.
Oh.
We'll shine out. Alright. On his angel's face. Teddy, Yosuke, and Velma made their way back down the hill to the small market. Yosuke wasn't exactly how certain he could trust his 2 companions when it came to village interviews. Teddy, he knew, would get overly excited and ask about the wrong topic. Velma, on the other hand, was a mystery. She looked and acted like an introvert, yet her teammates seemed to let her do all the talking. Yosuke pondered.
Yosuke pounded into
pounded
Teddy
it. Damn.
while Velma watched.
Jinkies. Yosuke pondered as they
So I
walked.
heard you can't see without those glasses.
So many possible jokes for that one. Yosuke pondered as they walked and decided it was better to ask now before they arrived at the market. So, Velma, do you often do the town interviews for your group? Yosuke asked, trying his best not to show his anxiety. Yeah, most of my teammates, if you haven't noticed, are a little bit daft. They are great people, but it's always up to me to solve all the mysteries. They're capable of helping, of course. Velma pauses and wanted to say more, but decided to continue walking instead. Yosuke picked up his pace in order to catch up to her. Well, that's good. Teddy here is awful, so I was hoping to have some solid backup. Smooth talking is my thing, so just let me do the talking. If you notice anything funny, let me know, alright? What? Who are you calling awful, broske? I could sniff out a liar, and I could sniff out any liar in the crowd. Thieves beware. Teddy hissed while moving his arms rapidly. Don't call me broske. Where the hell did you hear that from anyway? Lastly, we are not here looking for thieves. It's Shadow, you giant stupid bear. Bear? Does that have something to do with your name? Do you like bears, Teddy? Velma asked as if intrigued by their fight. Teddy's eyes lit up at Velma's comment. Yeppers! I have the prettiest fur you'll ever see on a bear. I left my bear self in the van, but I'll happily show it to you later.
Oh God.
Hmm.
OTP.
I like my teddy bear. Yosuke's eyes went wide at Teddy's explanation. What he meant to say is he used to work as a bear mascot at our town's Junes. He's not actually a bear. Haha, that would be silly. Right. They let him keep the costume? Velma stared Yosuke down hard. Yosuke knew there would be no fooling her with left him with only one option. Oh, would you look at that? We already reached the market. Time started interviewing these locals. With that, Yosuke ran up to the first person he could reach and began asking about Junes. Velma turned to Teddy. Is he always that slippery? Yeah, he can't bear much. Teddy gave Velma his biggest smile. Are
His
bad
biggest smile.
are the bad puns necessary, or is that just an old habit from your mascot days? What? Teddy has always talked like this. Right.
In the third person.
Yeah. Elmo knows where you live. Right. I think I'll go help Yosuke interview now. Man, Velma really comes off as a cunt in this. Anyway. Also, Velma's kind of nice, but
Wow.
am I wrong?
I didn't think you had it in you to call anyone a cunt, but okay. Carry on. That came out of left field. Carry on.
Like, she's so condescending. I mean, I haven't watched Scooby-Doo in a long time. I know there's different variations. I always thought she was kind of nice, but
Okay, carry on.
right. I think I'll go help Yosuke interview now. Some didn't know that, but something was seriously wrong with this Teddy guy. Well, obviously. It had only taken a little over an hour for the trio to question everyone at the market. It had consisted of the same tone of anger and disgust with the new department store's existence. Damn, if this is the work of the people and not shadows, we are going to have the whole town as a suspect. He threw himself down the small bench near the edge of the market. Not a single person he interviews had experienced shadow activity, and they had all equally hated Juness. He had basically learned nothing. He couldn't have assumed anyway. Looks like we'll have to depend on you and Naoto to find something of significance. Yeah, well, yeah, no one actually depended on you solving this, Yosuke, Teddy said around the ice cream cone he had bought.
Classic
Gee,
Teddy.
geez, thanks for the vote of confidence, buddy. Yosuke felt someone sit next to him. In his despair, he had completely forgotten that Velma was still with them. Yosuke suddenly felt embarrassed about the lack of progress. I'm usually more useful than this. We just happen to be given a dead-end assignment. The other members need to shine every now and then. I don't mind. I kind of like not having all the pressure on me to solve this. I love solving mysteries. It's just annoying to only be seen as the brains of the group, a label I see you're now just shares with me. Velma said while staring out at nothing. Man, Velma's getting complicated. Yosuke couldn't put his finger on it, but something about her comment really disturbed him. You aren't just the brains, and neither is Naoto. Sure, having a sharp mind may be your most obvious trait, but it's not your only one. Well, I mean, you know.
Oh God.
Ah, I knew it! I knew this was gonna happen! Oh my god,
Oh
Velma,
God.
Yosuke LTP. I knew this was happening. Anyway,
Jinkies. Jinkies, partner.
Velma couldn't help but smile. Here was an almost stranger saying nicer things to her than her own friends ever bothered to. Now, see, here's another thing about Velma: it's always like she's always like the fifth wheel. It's always okay, gang, let's split up. Fred and Daphne always go and do something, and then it's always Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby Doo, and then
And
Shaggy,
Shaggy and Scooby toke up.
like, yeah, they're like they hook up and do whatever you imagine them doing, and Velma's always left alone.
With the food. This is
Mm.
true.
Yeah, I mean, that's why
That,
I'm like, I kind
that's
of
why Yosuke, because no one wants to associate with Yosuke in the P4 party. So yeah, they're perfect for each other.
right. I mean, Velma's always very useful. I mean, she's smart and she says jinkies, and I
Loses her glasses.
she's usually yeah. Oh, that's true. That's a weakness. I didn't have contact lenses back then. You still had to bake them in the oven, but like Velma is a very complicated person, and she's tired of just not being appreciated. You know, maybe she wears this weird puffy sweater vest, but she's also a woman. And she has
Oh
needs.
God.
She has those thighs. Those are some Chie thighs. They are muscular and they are curvaceous. And you can feed a small army off of their meat. There are many aspects of Velma that we need to appreciate. Mm.
Okay, carry
Well,
on.
you are a fine piece of meat.
Okay.
Anyway, uh,
Wow, that happened.
ah, no, Velma's not that hot. Velma okay. I guess what I'm trying to say is you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. Your friends probably don't think of you as just the brains. More than likely, you are trying to be as useful as a brain department to make up for something you feel you are lacking. I mean, look at even our Chie got down on herself because she could never compete with Yukiko for a guy's attention. Maybe something like that is happening to you too? Oh god, I'm rambling, aren't I? Yosuke gulped and looked away at Velma. It made no sense that he was acting like this. He had only just met this girl, and yet he couldn't help but want to protect her. He wanted the sadness hiding deep in her eyes to go away, never come back. Velma felt tears forming. It was as if Yosuke had just read her heart and was spitting it back at her. It's weird. I haven't even known you for a day, yet you seem to understand me better than anyone I know. Thank you. That's weird because I never really think of Scooby-Doo characters as having like feelings. It's always like just kind of like they each have their own personality. Velma's smart and Daphne's
This is the
hot.
brutal, realistic, dark and gritty look into the Scooby-Doo gang.
Being called those rotten kids every day, that starts to hurt after a while. I'm a person, damn it. I'm not that bad. Love me, please.
Neon Genesis Scooby-Doo.
I must run away. like Scoop. Like, what was wrong with
Roro Reggie, I don't want a pirate anymore.
Yosuke and Velma weren't exactly sure which of them leaned forward. It felt like less than an instant their faces were less than an inch away from each other. For a moment they sat there, staring into each other's eyes. Yosuke was the first to move, then, claiming Velma's lips with all the passion he could muster. Velma, on her part, tried
What
her
the
best
fuck is Teddy doing during all this?
masturbating.
He's
Willingly.
just slowly licking his ice cream cone like, oh yeah.
Slowly. Mm.
Mm.
Velma, on her part, tried her best to match him, willingly parting her lips as Yosuke's tongue begged for entrance. Please, Velma, please. Velma moaned as she felt Yosuke's hand press against her hips. It was as if the outside world ceased to exist as long as Yosuke was with her. Feeling a bit more daring than usual, Velma tried slipping her fingers underneath Yosuke's shirt. She barely felt his defined muscles as her fingers mapped out his body. She let Yosuke moan into her mouth as she brushed against his nipples. What?
What?
She she wasn't sure how far she wanted this to go, but she knew she wasn't willing to stop. Velma heard a soft cough. Guys, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, so at least the author was thinking on my same track.
Chapter 4. Oh, are you feeling it yet?
Yes.
This is sexy.
I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
Krabs is what's going to happen at the end of this.
Probably.
Chapter 4. Yosuke pulled away from Velma as a wicked grin covered his face. I believe Teddy is making an excellent point. Want to go somewhere more private? He returned to licking and kissing her ear as he waited for her response. You are making it very hard to think, Velma breathed. Yosuke, oh, see, Velma's sweet. Yosuke's hands were finding her way, even if she's kind of easy apparently. Yosuke's hands were finding their way up her shirt again. Okay, someone
Yeah,
will
they've
find
known each other
sure.
for all of 15 minutes, too.
Right, and she was so offstanding, but like all he did was say like, hey, you're I don't know what there is, but there is more to your brain. I'm not saying you're sexy or anything, or you're even a particularly nice person, but there's likely something. And these people probably feel that way about you. Oh, take me now, Yosuke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yosuke pulled away from Velma again, this time holding onto her hand as he stood up off the bench. Well then, off we go. Teddy, you can come too, if that's okay.
Wait,
Well,
what?
that's for the
Hold on a second here.
what? That's the whole reason they're leaving, is because
Yeah, that's...
Yosuke, God, you're so fucking stupid.
Why would you ever invite Teddy? He's just gonna
Right.
ruin the moment.
Are you gonna slap her bare ass, Yosuke? Teddy. Anyway. Oh, yeah, I don't mind, but won't Teddy be like the third wheel I always am? Like the third wheel I always am? Velma peered over Teddy guiltily. Yosuke bent over, brushing his lips against her ear. Velma, you are not the third wheel, and Teddy won't be either. Oh, ew, no. Ew. Ew, they're gonna do it with Teddy. Ew.
Make an Oreo with Teddy as the cream.
But like, Yosuke's like Japanese, so he's like a kind of a might be darker peanut buttery kind of color. Oh, this is fucked up. Gross. Oh, fuck Teddy. Anyway. Yay, I get to score the hot babe too. Well, alright, we knew it was coming. Teddy exclaimed a little bit louder than Velma was comfortable with, as if the I have to have sex with the baby. Teddy exclaimed a little bit louder than Velma was comfortable with, as if they were getting weird looks from locals already. Yosuke decided to take Teddy's outspurt as a sign to start moving. Began walking to shops, spelled TWO. Okay. And
No,
they emerged
between
from-
two shops.
Oh, between. Okay, I'm sorry. When they emerged from the small alley, they came to a large field surrounding the town. Yosuke walked a few yards into the field before stopping. I think that should be walked. I think this will do. Of course, people will still hear us if we moan too vigorously. Yosuke smiled out at the last
Why don't they
word.
go back to the inn?
Yeah, that would make sense. What are we going to do in a field? Whatever. Velma never even got a chance to retort before Yosuke's mouth resumed the amazing work they'd been doing on the bench. Velma couldn't believe kisses could be this passionate. Yosuke ended the kiss only when breathing became necessary, but quickly reconnected his mouth to hers.
This is the point where Teddy gets his MP3 player and speakers out and starts playing Hips Don't Lie.
Velma got some hips. The lips, nips, and hips. Meanwhile, Teddy was having fun of his own. Ew. While Yosuke kept Velma's attention on his mouth, Teddy was busy slowly pulling up her shirt to reveal those large breasts they both knew she was hiding under that overly large sweater. Damn, Velma got some boobs. It wasn't until Velma felt her shirt pop over her breast that she even noticed Teddy's activities. Ah.
Teddy's activity.
So look at those like little $1 activity books you get at the supermarket. Check out.
Teddy's
Sadly,
activities.
connect the dots. Sadly for her, it was a little too late. Not even a second later, Teddy snapped open her bra, fully exposing her chest to Yosuke. Oh my, what do we have here? Yosuke teases his hand gliding over her bare breast. Oh, those look good. You shouldn't have hit them. He whispered into her ear before dropping down to take her right nipple into his mouth. Chomp. Velma moaned with pleasure and felt her knees start to give out. As she stumbled, her back met against Teddy's chest. His arms encircled her waist to keep her steady. Velma wished she could have thanked Teddy for helping her, but Yosuke's tone was once again rendering her speechless. Velma, I used to respect you. Now you're a field whore. Switching between nipples. Switching between nipples, Yosuke played with Velma's breast, flicking, licking, biting, twisting. What the f- Until he heard her scream her first orgasm into the air. Yosuke purred. One done, several more to go.
Oh god.
This went way too fast.
And then he switched to Teddy after he said that.
Come here, Teddy. Ah. He slowly stood up, making sure his body never lost contact with hers as his lips reached her mouth again. Teddy was slowly realizing Velma as Yosuke rose, allowing Velma to fall to the ground. Yosuke, unlike Velma, was prepared for the fall and effortlessly landed on top of her. Finally breaking their kiss, Yosuke smirked down at her. So are you ready for another one? XXXXXX. Sorry for how short it is. Work fried my brain, so this is all I could imagine. It could manage.
Oh god.
Whatever happened to the rest of these characters?
Let's find out next chapter.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be more Yosuke Velma.
Oh wow, it is.
Up
Glancing
that.
through it.
Okay, screw the rest of them.
Yeah.
Oh, Velma, you're so sexy. Velma wasn't exactly sure how she got into this predicament. Honestly, she felt guilty for abandoning the case, but really, how can anyone blame her? Velma rarely got one man to pay this much attention, let alone two good-looking ones at that. Okay, so confirmed canon, Teddy's sexy. Scratch that. She didn't feel guilty at all. Screw those guys. She deserved this. Velma was pulled out of her inner monologue when she felt something warm and hard making its way into her envelope. A light bulb?
Teddy, what are you doing?
Aw, Velma, that isn't very nice. No getting distracted. Yosuke and I just started. Teddy whined at her. She felt Teddy's hand slide under her breast and slowly circle her nipples. Yeah, but not the try. Nipples. Nips. Meanwhile, Yosuke was making quick work of her underwear. Velma felt a cold brush of air against her lower half and finally noticed what Yosuke was doing. Would they like roofie her? Yosuke smirked when he noticed Velma's eyes on him. He ran a finger between her folds while maintaining eye contact. My oh my, you are definitely wet enough. Enjoying yourself? Velma never got a chance to replay as Yosuke inserted
You
his
thought the Yukiko one was out of character. Holy shit.
Yeah, this
I
was
could write an essay on this.
Velma didn't even have much character, honestly, but I'm pretty sure this isn't it.
Not right.
His finger inside of her. She felt herself losing control again as Yosuke moved his finger back and forth within her. When Yosuke added his second finger, Teddy made sure to give Velma's nipple a firm pinch. Shit. This isn't fair. You guys are ganging up on me, Velma moaned. Poor Velma. Is this the first time anyone has performed proper foreplay with you? Yosuke had a bad feeling this was, but was resolved to make up for any of her past lovers' poor performances. Yosuke kept fingering Velma until he felt her start to clamp down and his finger almost painfully steel vaginas. With half-lidded eye, Velma watched as Yosuke removed his fingers and stood up. Yosuke slowly moved his clothes, trying his best to never break eye contact with Velma. When he was naked, he lay back down on top of Velma. Ready? Yosuke bathed Velma in kisses while waiting for her response. Velma, stop teasing me, please. I'm more than ready. Or Yosuke, stop teasing me, please. Velma, no. Yosuke didn't
Velma,
do-
please, said Velma.
Velma, stop! Cried Yosuke didn't need more encouragement than that. He propped himself up on his elbows and slowly guided himself into Velma's arms. Oh, you were so damn tight. Yosuke couldn't believe she could be this tight after all the work he had gone through to stretch her out. It was taking
Oh,
all
wow.
his self-control to not come then and there. Velma was on her own cloud nine as she felt Yosuke fully sheathe himself inside of her. Jeez, you feel so good. Please just move already. What? Eager to comply, Yosuke began to move. The pleasure was blinding, but he knew he couldn't give in to the pleasure he was receiving. After a few moments of building pleasure, Yosuke pulled out. Turn over and get on your knees, he commanded.
It's just, damn.
Damn, Yosuke. It took Velma a moment or so to understand that Yosuke had even spoken. Velma, you... Holy shit, Velma. Girl, Dick will make you get up and slack some more. Well, she tried to gather up the strength to turn over. She felt Yosuke's hand grip her waist. She felt Yosuke's strong arms lift her up and turn her over on her stomach. She gathered up the strength to prop herself up onto her elbows and knees. She felt Yosuke lean down and whisper into her ear. Now, I don't know about you, but I think Teddy has been such a good and patient bear.
Oh, God.
So that kind should be rewarded. Velma couldn't muster up a verbal response. She just nodded her head. Good. Teddy, why don't you sit down in front of Velma? It didn't take a genius of Velma's level to know what Yosuke wanted her to do, so when Teddy sat down, Velma lowered herself down into his lap. Using her teeth, she pulled down Teddy's pants zipper. His erection popped out almost immediately. It would seem Teddy didn't bother with underwear. Okay. Velma couldn't help but notice the fact endearing. Couldn't help but find the fact endearing, but if not a but weird. How is not wearing underwear endearing? Weird. She supposed it did make her task easier, so she was not going to raise any complaints. I'm not doing this. You don't wear underwear. Gathering up her wits, Velma set work slowly licking up and down Teddy's shaft. All the while, she could feel Yosuke slowly fingering her from behind. Velma continued her work of licking Teddy's shaft while slowly massaging his balls. She could feel the organ grow against her tongue. Velma, you make a bear want to roar. So feel the chase this hot stud. He said this. As he said this, Teddy grabbed Velma's hair and thrusted his erection into her open mouth. Velma greedily opened her mouth wider in order to fit more of Teddy within her. As her nose reached the blonde hair at the base of his shaft. Oh, ew. Velma felt something else thrust deep inside of her. Velma couldn't help but moan as both men began to thrust into her. Velma wasn't sure how long she spent in this position. It felt like an eternity. That she had both of these men thrusting in her, but it still wasn't long enough. It was all too soon when she felt Teddy tense against her, harshly grabbed her hair and came into her mouth. Velma made to swallow, trying not to choke as more moans and Yosuke's powerful thrust ripped through her. Her voice was climbing as she got closer to her own release. She knew she was getting too loud, but she couldn't stop the moans from escaping. Velma, you're going to get us in trouble. Do you want everyone to come to know that you get fucked by me? Yosuke grunted from
All those locals.
Teddy. Silence her. Velma felt Teddy lift up her face and kiss her deeply. It was probably the nicest way she had ever been told to shut up. Man, Velma has a dark past. It wasn't much longer before Velma screamed her second orgasm into Teddy's waiting mouth. She could feel Yosuke speed up his throats in trying to reach his own orgasm. A few thrusts later, she heard him grunt his release and collapse onto her. Unable to hold them both, she couldn't get predators. Unable to hold them both, she collapsed into Teddy's lap. They lied there trying to catch their breath. Eventually, Yosuke pulled out of her and rolled onto his back. Wow, Velma, they really wore him out. You must feel as amazing as you look. Good thing it's my turn. I get to find out just how good. Velma couldn't believe her ears. More? This was going to be one long and very enjoyable afternoon. And I guess that's how this ends, because the story was last updated in September 9th of 2013.
Happy Easter.
It has one review. Might as well read this too.
Yes.
The story needs more explanation, clarification about why Scooby and the gang are handling the case.
Get the fuck.
Oh my god, for real?
Wow. Um, excuse me. I know that there's a love story going on here, but why the fuck are these people here? I mean, you clearly need to explain how these Americans got to Japan. To
You know, about that though, is that in terms of crossovers, this actually isn't a ridiculous concept. Because Scooby-Doo, as they like kind of like redid the Scooby-Doo through the 80s and 90s, they had like one where they like went to Scotland with the Loch Ness Monster. They went to like some castle and one of them. I mean, like they went to all different places. So the Scooby-Doo people going to Japan is really not out of the question. In fact, I'd bet dollars to dimes that they probably is some Scooby-Doo where they did go to Japan. If they
probably.
were chasing a ghost or something, it's like, you know, or then this group went there too. It's actually not a bad idea. I mean, crossovers always suck, don't get me wrong, but if two had to go together, especially two completely radical things, something from the 2000s from Japan to something from the 1960s from the United States, it actually worked pretty well. I don't think it would have went like this. I don't think Yvonne was that kind of girl, but I, it's not a ridiculous concept.
All right. Yeah, I think that closes it out.
Happy Easter, everybody. Take care
Yeah.
of yourselves and each other.
Make sure to not get too high.
Blaze it.
Smoke me every day.